Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. But give me a second. Let me make sure it's actually working because last time the mic was acting a little funny. So let me make sure that the mic is actually working. Give me a second. Okay. All right, it's good. Okay, it's good. What's up, everybody? We're gonna be covering a couple of topics in this live. Number one, we're gonna talk about Wendy Williams. And then um, we're gonna get into Wendy Williams. And then we're gonna talk about Kenneth Petty, victim speaking out on the real. So just yes, okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about Wendy in crisis. This is on the Sun. But first, I would like to say before the Sun even covered this stuff, Tasha covered this. But we're gonna get into it. Let me read this what the Sun wrote. Wendy in crisis. Wendy Williams was drinking every day before hospitalization for psychiatric issues and needs serious help. Wendy Williams in need of serious help and was drinking every day. After it was revealed she was hospitalized for psychiatric issues, according to a source. The daytime host who was pushed back the season premiere of the Wendy Williams show by 2 weeks, was drinking every day, even while filming the show, the insider exclusively told The Sun. The source added that staffers have said they smell liquor on her. Everyone in her is an enabler because they don't want to lose their job. They see it, they know it, they smell the liquor. The 57-year-old host, who had previously opened up about her struggles with sobriety, checked into a sober living house in 2019 after filing for divorce from Kelvin Hunter, her husband of 20 years. Despite that, the source said Wendy drinks every day. The only time she was sober was when she was at the sober house. They added her staffers are worried, but no one is ever going to speak up because they don't want to lose their job. She's an alcoholic, a bad one. She doesn't need a talk show. She needs help. The daytime diva opened up to her audience in April of 2019 that she was struggling with her addictions on the heels of filing for divorce from Kevin, 49, after it was revealed that he had a baby with his mistress, Sabrina Hudson, 35. And in monologue in April 2020, Wendy confessed that she had been living in a sober house. She revealed at the time, I'm moving out of the sober house in just a few days. I'll be Wendy on her own. I have to tell you, I've been dealing with issues with addiction, alcoholism, and I have a whole new life that I plan for myself and my son. She added, the Sun first broke the news that the host was transported to a local New York City hospital, and police revealed a 911 call from a building about a 57-year-old female in need of psychiatric services last week. Ambulance arrived and on the scene and transported a woman matching Wendy's description to a nearby hospital. People are afraid. A Wendy Williams source added of the incident, no one can tell her no. People are afraid to speak up. Another show insider previously disclosed to the Sun that the staff has been back for weeks now, anticipating to have the show return at the end of the month. Now, with the premiere pushed back, staff was increasingly concerned about the fate of the show. Ambulance was pictured outside Wendy apartment building last week. In NYPD spokesperson told The Sun there was a call from a 57-year-old nonviolent female who needs psychiatric services at the address on Wednesday morning. They were transported to the hospital. Difficult time. Recently, a source told Page Six, Wendy is lonely as she continues to struggle with her health. Inside to share, it has been a very difficult time for Wendy. She's a single woman with very few friends. She lost her marriage, her mom, and she's living alone. There's a lot. There's a lot on her plate. The Wendy Williams Show official Instagram announced that she was postponing her season premiere after canceling several appearances earlier this month. The post stated that while continuing her health evaluation, Wendy has tested positive for the breakthrough case of COVID-19. To allow Wendy time to quarantine and fully recover, Jordan Productions abide by the SAG and DGA Code of Protocols. We expect it to begin the 13th season of the Wendy Williams Show on Monday, October 4th. In the meantime, repeats will be scheduled. Early this month, the show announced that she was taking steps back from her promotional events amid ongoing health issues and further evaluations. A statement read, "She will not be able to complete her promotional activities next week, but can't wait to be back in her Purple on Monday, September 20th for the 13th season premiere." Fans became concerned about Wendy health in 2017 when she fainted during a live taping of her show. At the time, the host, blamed the scary incident on feeling overheated and suffering. But in February 2018, the TV star announced that she had Graves' disease and has been living with it for years. In March, Wendy showed viewers a close up of her severely swollen ankles while sharing that she suffered from lymphedema. The daytime show host admitted she can't even walk 2 blocks because of the disease. Okay. So this article just goes on and on and on about Wendy Williams and about her problems. But this is the case of a TV host that's suffering from being addicted to alcohol. And now that people are not willing to come out and say it because they don't want to lose their job, eventually, if Wendy doesn't stop, she's going to lose her life and it will not be a show. Okay. Now, Kelvin Hunter definitely he came out and this is what he did on his social media. He was like, B-Day vibes all week. So thankful to the Most High God for all blessings. I tried to tell him health is wealth, not money. God said they'll learn. Have a blessed day. So he was throwing out shots at, his ex-wife, Wendy Williams. And that is his new woman, Sabrina. So all of this is going out, and people have a lot to say. And it's just for me, as a fan, I want Wendy to be healthy, and she can't focus on her health while she's worried about the show. Every time she try to do the show, go and get healthy. They say, "Okay, Wendy, you need to come back. You're gonna lose your show." And a lot of people is going to be unemployed, so she be pressured to come back because that's the only thing that she really have is her show. Her son is an adult. She divorced her husband got another woman pregnant, and all of these things that's going on. But her real friends need to intervene and say, yes, you need to go to rehab. You need to go to the sober house. This is really bad because clearly their checks and people's futures and careers is at risk because yet again, Wendy is ending up in the hospital. I'm shocked and surprised that she have not been canceled and replaced by someone else. But again, this just comes with when she do show up, the ratings are through the roof. People are watching her. Ratings have not went down, so they able to recoup that money. But you yet got to deal with her health issues, and her health issues is really embarrassing because now they lied and said the woman had corona, and that was a lie. That she had some psychiatric services, that she needed some help. She's getting drunk, probably want to commit and end her life. It's just so much that she's yet going through. I don't think that she should come back October 4th. I really think that she need to take a season or two off the show and focus on her health, because without your health, there is no show. If you're not healthy and you have to show up drunk, that's not good. When you have to put alcohol in your purple cup or sit down and be drunk, that's not healthy for the show. In my humble opinion, it's not healthy. So when we look at this and we have these conversations about Wendy and her health, it shouldn't be about, oh, Wendy, you should do this show and you come on out and do this episode and everything like that. No, I'm like, the health comes first. But what about the company that's helping to finance the Wendy Williams show? Why haven't they called this out? She clearly needs help. She's clearly lonely. And I personally believe after she divorced her husband, she needed to be in some counseling. She needed to recuperate because she wanted to be in a different relationship. And I said this in previous episodes. That she missed her husband and that she never wanted to divorce her husband. I think that was a low blow, and I think that was just not great. Now we she have this Nick Cannon show coming up, and we shall see how this show gonna go and how successful it's gonna be. But if Wendy is not careful, then she will be replaced by a Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see how that show is gonna be taped. We're gonna be seeing how the ratings gonna be for his new show that's supposed to come out. I don't know when that new episode of his show is supposed to come out, but I believe sometime this month his show is supposed to be out. And if it's successful, then that will definitely replace probably Wendy Williams. That definitely will um, replace Wendy Williams' show. Okay. All right. Y'all excuse me. I am doing this show because I'm in pain myself. So and I'm still coming on here doing some episodes and stuff like that. So I know how they and Health do comfort. That's why I didn't go live yesterday because I was in the hospital, and Health do definitely comfort, and I'm still in pain. I don't know what's going on. They ran tests. They ran all type of tests, and they thought it was like a blood clot, and it wasn't a blood clot. I just don't know. They gave me some medicine, and I gotta go. I'm going after the tomorrow. I'm gonna go put it and get it filled because I just did not have the energy just to go out the house and walk down them stairs and go put that in. So yeah, okay. So let's go. Let's go to our other topic here. All right. Oh, now this is something. Okay. Um, they are interviewing. I'm talking about the real. Give me a sec. I know y'all probably saying this all over social media. Give me a second. But the real is interviewing. Let me see. Is this her? Okay. Jennifer. Okay, they interviewing the victim here, and this is Nicki Minaj's husband's victim. And I find it very sad that none of social media, the big blogs, the shade room, ball alert, um, any of these people, I didn't see any of these people covering this story. I'm reading all these big blogs, the neighborhood talk, the shade room, ball alert. No one is reposting this, maybe because they're in the pocket of Nicki Minaj. But this woman is finally out and finally is getting out her story, and she is the woman that was allegedly I would say was not really alleged, was victimized by Kenneth Petty. So she's doing a show on the real tomorrow. So I believe it's already taped. I don't think this will be a live episode. I believe this episode is already taped, and they're just going to just stream it. Like I believe they probably already taped this because the real really don't do like live interviews like this. I believe this interview is probably taped. But clearly you seen last week, you seen Nikki just causing all this havoc, all this noise, but she must have gotten a phone call from the word on the street that hey, this Jennifer is going to do an interview on the real, and now she completely went silent. Now she's not doing any interview. I mean, she ain't talking on Instagram. She's not talking on Twitter. She's completely not saying a word. So I know tomorrow I'm definitely going to be watching this real episode tomorrow. And this is going I don't know what time it's going to go. I don't even know what time the real even come on in my show. I don't even know what time she come on tomorrow, but I'm definitely gonna get myself up tomorrow and watch that episode and then do a live and talk about it because it's a lot. She is being sued. Nikki and her husband is being sued by her. Like this woman is suing her. Now, if you go back to a little history, uh Nicki Minaj uh was very aggressive towards Jennifer. She said that Jennifer was a white woman, that Jennifer and Kenneth Petty were in a relationship. She instructed her Barbs to dig up Jennifer, and they dug her up. So Jennifer did not do any interviews at that time. She wasn't real. You didn't know how she looked. None of this stuff. But now they have just dug her up and said all of these type of things all over social media. I believe that she wouldn't even make no noise if Nicki didn't do what she did when she had the power of Queen Radio. Okay. So I'm like, whoa, like this is really something. So I'm just sitting here just watching this and just being very observant because I'm like, Jennifer, you need to uh she's doing this and no one can stop her. And now you're not hearing anything from Nicki Minaj. Okay. You're not hearing anything from Nicki at all. So what time the real they said airs tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Central. Okay, I'm gonna get myself up real early because then we can go live and just really talk about it. And this is it, but some people were like, "Oh, Wiley, she changed her story. I don't believe her." Reason why I even said, "Okay, maybe she did probably change the story," but you gotta understand this happened back in the early 90s. So she may not remember all the details. The problem is if Kenneth Petty and his wife, Nikki, were trying to pressure this woman to change her story. If you go back to Kenneth Petty ex-girlfriend, she was beat by some goons because she was sharing a lot of information and she got beat by some goons. And all of that was going on. So with this being said, no one is really covering this story. Not, no one. Now, when I say covering, I'm talking about the Instagram blogs. But we do have to give shout out to the YouTubers that have been on the front lines that have been covering this story. Hashtag the surviving the petties. That have really been covering this story all down their YouTube. They have been covering it, and the reason why it picked up traction, I believe, because of the success of the YouTubers. They have definitely been covering this all down the town. One particular YouTuber by the name of Nosy, she had been covering this and got media coverage because they had reposted her story and everything. Now it's all gone because her channel got snatched and multiple channels got snatched. But if she really would have stuck to her guns and got professional, there's no telling where her career would have been on YouTube. Her career would have been much, much, much better. Now she's somewhere on Twitch and everything like that. But she was one of the YouTubers that covered this story, and that People Magazine, all of these other publications was reposting her story. And so, but because of her actions and because of her cussing out the cops and all this type of stuff, um, she got deleted. But she was one of the ones that was pressuring and really putting that Nikki and her husband, they're doing it, surviving the petties. She was really the one that really was doing this. But unfortunately, due to her actions, her page got taken down. So and another thing I want to say about Nicki is this is bad on Nicki Minaj's career. And let me break that down to you. Nicki's career is going to took a massive hit because who she opened her legs up to and who she agreed to be married to. She married a man with a lot of baggage and a lot of filth. And that baggage and filth is on Nicki Minaj's brand. No matter how she try to put the baby up there, him playing with the baby, it still is, he on the sexer, he's on the SO offenders list. Or, they've been harassing the chick that he allegedly abused. So it's over. It's just a massive shadow. No one's really talking about this so-called documentary that's supposed to come out. I'm hearing from sources, from people that I talk to, that they're not willing to put it out because of who she married. They're not willing to put it out there. So we may not never see this documentary. And I don't think she wants the documentary to come out and her parading her husband around with this action. I just think she's gonna have to wait until this woman have her moment and have this interview. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. She's gonna have to wait until this woman have her moment. Very beautiful, by the way. Very beautiful woman. And now, it's just this is Nicki Minaj's worst nightmare. That this woman is coming up, and if it's any evidence, if it's any evidence of this, is really going to be something. So Jennifer definitely going is having her moment tomorrow, and people are definitely going to call in and have all this type of stuff. But again, I don't think that Nicki should have married Kenneth Petty. And I've talked to a couple of Barbs. I get followed by some of the Barbs, and I had a good conversation with some Barbs today. And one thing they said to me privately is that, Wiley, I love Nicki. I just do not agree for who she married. But publicly, I'm gonna sing their praises because I want to follow by Nicki. I don't want to be judged by the Barbs, or you know what I'm saying, or get kicked out of the kingdom. So publicly, they would come out and they sing praises, and they be like, "Okay, this is awesome." But privately, they're saying that she shouldn't have never married Kenneth Petty. Like, this is bad for her career. It's so much that we can talk about other than this. But tomorrow, Jennifer will be, for the first time, this is the first television interview that she's doing, and that she will be live on the real. Okay, she ain't gonna be on the audio with the smoke detector going off. She probably gonna have her makeup done and looking real good. Everything. I do believe that this have already been taped. I believe this has been taped because they got a promotional picture. I don't believe it's going to be live, but I'm definitely going to be tuning in to that tomorrow. Okay, definitely going to tune in and watch that tomorrow. And I know I got a lot of people that want me to cover this. I was, I wasn't even going to go live today. I was going to just stay at home, and I mean, just really try to rest up and get my body together. But I have received so many emails and DMs that you should cover this story, and so that's why we cover in this story for this. And let me tell you, Nicki should never marry Kenneth Petty. I don't care how many times I'm going to say it. And then I reached out and sent a message to other blogs. I'm like, when are y'all going to cover this? One particular blogger, she never showed herself or Holly on camera, but today she's showing herself on camera, but she ain't covering Nicki Minaj. She ain't covering this woman going on the real. She's showing herself on camera and stuff like that. She ain't showing herself and covering this story. And I'm like, everybody know about it. They all up in the chat. Someone, when you gonna talk about Jennifer? When you gonna talk about Jennifer? She's trying to ignore them and talk about anything else. Okay, give me a sec. We gonna open up these phone lines, and we gonna see what y'all have to say about this. And when I tell you, I really want to hear what y'all got to say about this. Okay, give me a second. All right, I want to definitely open up the phone lines and have you all to call in. And what do y'all have to say about this? If you feel free. So give me a second. I'm gonna definitely call in. They should have just left the woman alone. And clear as day, they should have never bothered Jennifer. They should have left this woman alone. You know what I'm saying? They should have left her. I would not have bothered her. They thought she was going to be silent. They thought and then what they was trying about paying her off with $20,000. They should have paid her $20 million. They should have paid her $20 million. They said she talked about it on station here. I'm not talking about station here. I'm talking about on YouTube.
To hear important instructions.
Your show is scheduled to start in 29 seconds.
I'm talking about on YouTube, showing yourself on YouTube, covering it. Not on no station here. I'm talking about showing yourself on YouTube, covering it with the lights, camera, actions. Everybody need to cover it. The Tasha's, the Storm, everybody need to cover it. It's like, why hide it? This is a story. Like, I'm gonna give everybody the ultimate side eye if
Your
I
show
see
will
them
go
not
live
covering
in 5
it.
seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah, $20,000, and so they should offer her about $2 million. She probably would have took the $2 million. I know I would. Okay. All right. So the number is 646-716-8447. What do y'all have to say about that? Nicki, if you're in the bush, just call in. Let me actually DM Nicki this video. Let me DM her. Call in, people. Call in. Call in. Let me DM her the number so she don't have no excuse, because I know she probably watching. because she bored at home. All right, let me DM her a number 646-716-8447. Okay, I DM Nikki the number. All right, 7234. Call you on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
One, I want to say, like, hope you get better and everything gets easier for you.
Thank you.
What is it? One, I haven't really heard Tasha K talk about the Jennifer situation.
Really? She haven't talked about it?
No. Like in the beginning when Nosy was like breaking the story, Tasha was she talked briefly about it and implying that it was a lie. And so that was the last time like I heard Tasha K talking about it. And honestly, I don't think she's gonna cover it because she has ties to Nicki or whatever. But that's just my 2 cents on it. I probably don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just my 2 cents of somebody who follows Tasha K. Secondly, like this is one, Nosy dropped the bag when she was going off on them cops because this could have been her moment.
Yeah.
Like this could have been her moment. Like this was her. Sorry, somebody is calling me. But this was her moment, and she dropped the ball. What else? I'm one of those people that believe Jennifer. I think Nicki was stupid to even try to offer her money. She shouldn't have married that man, and I am upset that like blogs like Shade Room and everything is not covering it because the only big blog that I've seen so far cover it was Hollywood Unlocked.
Yeah, Hollywood Unlocked was the only one.
I'm all like, where's everybody else? See, this is why I come to YouTube to get my gossip because everybody else is biased. Because I do believe that like Nicki Minaj is probably one of those celebrities that pays off blogs. What else? And on with what is it? With one more thing with Jennifer. I don't know how I feel about victims coming out, speaking out in regards to like an open case, because even I'm not sure about how things will work with the court system with Kenneth Petty, but would she have to be called to testify and stuff like that? Because I know what's that attorney name in New York, Blackbeard, something like that. Isn't he suing the Pettys anyway?
He's suing the Pettys because they were allegedly harassing Jennifer.
Harassing her.
Yeah, so it's a lawsuit, and she was served. We were one of the first YouTubers that put it out there that she was served. And one of the blogs of Nicki blogs came out. They were dragging me, talking about he's lying. But no, I saw the paperwork that she was served.
She was served when she was talking about that dude balls in Trinidad.
Yeah. She was served on that same day, and she went out on a whole rant and everything like that, and right about the swollen balls. But now she ain't saying a word because she knew that this woman was going to do an interview. And you think that Nicki don't have sources at Fox or at The Real, that when somebody come in, you think she ain't got nobody that's going to let her know? She got barbs everywhere in high and low places.
Exactly.
And this is another thing that's going to embarrass the Nicki Minaj brand and make her, and this is why you got the Remy Ma coming up. They're taking advantage of this because Nicki is very damaged brand wise. She's not getting a lot of phone calls for artists to do a lot of records with her because she's so damaged right now because of her husband. And that's unfortunate that we should separate her husband from her. But whoever you marry, you are a representation of your husband. Y'all are one.
Exactly. This is a big embarrassment. But she going down. That's the only thing I can say.
All right.
She going either. I don't. Yeah, but thank you so much for letting me talk.
Thank you. No, thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. We're going to go to the next caller. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. Turn me down the back. We're going to the next caller. 1838 caller, you're on air.
Hello, how you doing, brother?
Hi, what's up?
I greet you like this every single time. I got 2 quick points, and then I'm gonna get to my main topic.
Okay.
First quick point is you gonna get Tasha K her credit for breaking that Wendy Williams story?
I gave her the credit when I opened it up. I said she covered the story. One thing that I think Tasha needs as well, she needs to do a blog, unwindwithtashak.com as well, because a lot of people feel like they don't want to give her credit because she's just on YouTube. But she was one of the ones that covered that and said the one was a drunk. She said this way before the Sun covered this, way before they even said something about it.
You know why they don't want to get Tasha K her credit? Because Tasha K is a reflection of what there are not. Like I said, a lot of these blogs want to sit back and be lazy and wait for the big companies like the Shade Room or the Neighborhood Talk or like the New York Times to cover a story, and then they get their little opinion on it. That's lazy. Tasha go out and get it. And sometimes she get it wrong. But a lot of times she get it right. But she at least go out there and make the risk, and that's why she gets the subscribers and stuff. Because at the end of the day, she don't wait for the news. She makes the news, and she breaks the news, and that what makes her different for everybody else. And that's where the justice come in at, because they know they can't do that, or they don't want to do that because they don't want to take the risk of being wrong and being embarrassed. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. I feel you. No, you're 100% right on that. They don't want to take that risk, and a lot of YouTubers they want to be in the good graces of Nicki. I'm sorry, Wendy. So they will not take that risk. But Tasha is one of the ones that will take that risk. Now, will she do it about Nicki? I don't know.
Yeah, but let me answer that too. With Wendy real quick. What people don't realize, Tasha is why Wendy Williams is in this situation, to be honest.
Right.
Because Tasha's the one that broke the Serena Hudson story.
She
Tasha
did.
The one that broke the Serena Hudson was pregnant story. Tasha was the one that broke the Serena had a baby and it was in the Pennsylvania hospital I think room 1400. Tasha broke all of that and brought that situation that was private to the public, where Wendy had no choice but to get a divorce. And that's why people been clowning Wendy, because at the end of the day, they fail to forget. Wendy used to clown people for decades, and nobody really had nothing on her besides her doing drugs, which everybody does. But when that baby stuff came out, that's when Wendy got exposed. And Tasha broke that story. And Wendy probably been mad at Tasha to this very day.
Oh, you're exactly right about that. Thank you so very much. So much for calling in.
But before you keep me off, because I want to get to my main topic.
Okay.
With, the Nicki Minaj and the Kenny Petty. That's why I really called.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm so sorry. The reason why Nicki Minaj married Kenny Petty, you gotta understand. At the time, at the state of mind that she was at that moment. You gotta think about it. The industry turned their back on her. Men would all of a sudden start to try her and disrespect her. Cardi B was trying her and disrespecting her, and she didn't have nobody in her corner. And she felt like she needed somebody to be her bulldog, to be her protector, because she didn't have that protection, because she felt like the industry turned their back on her. Even the people like Future and stuff that used to do features with her, the Trey Songz of the world, they turned their back on her. So she needed that protection so she could have that confidence, that what you want to say, not say arrogance, but that swagger that she was missing when people was coming at her and having these hatred towards Nicki. That's why she married Kenny Petty. So she knew the risk that was coming with marrying with somebody like a Kenny Petty, but she also knew Kenny Petty had a long rap sheet when it comes to his murder gang. He went to jail for manslaughter and did some years for that. And, him having blood ties to the blood game in New York and stuff like that. So she really needed that protection. And that's why she married that man, even if it cost the price of her career, because of that reason. And Tasha K is not going to cover this story with Nicki like that, because you got to understand, her and Nicki have a friendship. So I don't think Tasha will feel comfortable covering that story to that degree. But she has covered it in the past. But she just didn't dive deep into it, it feels somebody else. She really like cover the bases and try to like really tread lightly because, like I said, at the end of the day, her and Nicki have a friendship. I don't think she want to jeopardize that with, without really having her facts in order. All right, have a good night and thank you
All
for
right.
the time.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Okay, so the number is 646-716-8447. What network do the Real come on? Let me see. Do the Real come on Fox? Let me know in the chat, y'all. What network? Because I'm definitely gonna have to have the TV on, and have that and DVR that. But I'm thinking come on Fox if I'm not mistaken. Is the Real come on Fox? It could be. Okay. All right. It's on Fox. All right. 5379. Calling you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hola, how are you?
Doing good.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I'm a little pissed off at you.
Okay, go ahead.
A little pissed off. I was very, very upset yesterday. I was actually vibing with my sister last night, and I had her listening to you now. Well, my other two sisters too, but I was hearing the way you sounded. Let me talk about you. That's the most important thing because you're, like I said, the king. Okay. This is very serious, and I'm so glad that you went to the hospital. When you go to the hospital, they're going to do a few things for you, like tests here and there, or whatever. When are you going to get your results? That's the most important thing. When you have chest pain ain't no joke, okay? Chest pain can be like a heart attack. My brother just had chest pain. He was 32 years old. This was about 2 years ago, before my birthday. He died actually September 7th. He had chest pain real bad, and he did not want to listen to no one. And I kept telling him, go to the hospital, go to the hospital, go to the hospital. He did. They did a little bit of work on him with all these tests and whatever. Never. Then you have to go see your PCP, right?
Yes.
Did they tell you to go see your PCP afterwards?
They did.
See a cardiologist?
Yes. So everything came back clear, like the EKG, the other tests that I took. I took an X-ray. I took it was something else I took too. It was X-ray, EKG, and it was something else. I went under a machine. They did that. So everything came.
Echogram and everything.
Yeah, everything came back, clear. But I'm still like in pain, and stuff like that. So I am going to get this medicine tomorrow, and then I'll give y'all an update on there. So yeah. But what do you think about this Nicki Minaj situation?
Mom, I'm not finished about you. The update, I'll talk about that in a second. But my main thing is, I was very hurt. I was making sure, oh my God, I felt you all night, and I was doing prayers to you because I pray every night, okay? And you was in my prayer last night because I want to make sure that you're okay.
Yes.
Make sure you do the things that you have to do. Please make sure, because that is not no joke.
It's not. I did it, but I want to know what you got to say about the Nicki Minaj situation.
It was hurting you. You couldn't even talk in the air. I was gasping for you when I heard you talking. I was like, oh my God, why is he in the air for 1 hour? Like, why? And I wanted to talk to you so bad to tell you, Wiley, you better be careful. I don't care. Just keep on what you have to do. It was a pain in your chest associated to something. It has to be something. Remember that. Don't take that for granted.
No. I went and got it checked and everything. I did. Everything like that. Tasha said, well, add some gas. That's all.
Ain't no gas. Tasha don't know what she's talking about. I'm sorry. It's no gas. It's no stress. Because you have a little bit of stress. All of us have stress in our lives. We all do. That's fine. Everybody goes through their ups and downs, good days, bad days. I have a bad day today. But today is a good day for me because I'm glad I talked to you. And I'm not a stalker or a hacker like they said.
No, it's
I
good.
really care about you.
Okay.
I really do.
Well, what do you think about the Nicki Minaj situation?
Take care of yourself.
I will.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
For a reason. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay.
Please.
Okay.
Please,
thank you. Okay. Okay, Lisa.
All right.
Okay.
Don't be like on air. My chest is hurting. Oh my God. I felt for you. I felt for you. I swear to God. Okay.
All right.
Don't be on the air doing like. Take care of yourself first.
I wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Lisa, I
man
wanted
first.
to ask you,
Okay.
what did you think about the whole Nicki Minaj situation? Did you have something to say about that?
Oh man, you're just like
What
going over it, but just take care of yourself. All right,
Okay.
Nikki has power. Okay, that's number one.
Okay.
The guy before me, oh my God, I heard him that night. You was sick. Before you went to the hospital, I heard him for the first time because I do hear your show for a long, long time, and I never heard that caller before. But he's on point. A lot of things he said, whoever he is, and I think he said "you welcome, man" or something. He always call you brother, but he's on point. He said a lot of things I was going to say, but Tasha has, and I have Tasha. Or Tasha is one of my favorites also. You as a man and Tasha, okay, and Storm. And Tasha did cover it. She did cover a lot of things. She's on point. She said the other night that she gets all her information from sources. She meets probably 5% of them. 95% of them she does not meet. Because people be DMing her all kinds of information. She goes check it out, or sometimes she runs with it. Yeah, but she's almost right all the time, but not right all the time. Okay, I mean it is what it is. But with Nikki, she's gonna, like the guy said before me, she's gonna be very careful what she says about Nikki. I believe deep in my heart that Nikki does pay people for whatever she does. Okay, she does her thing, but nobody can touch her. She's too powerful. Even though she didn't get the Grammys and all that stuff, she is powerful on her own ways, the way she moves. She moves like a snake, but she knows what she wants. Petty, what can you say? She married him. If there's a marriage certificate somewhere out there, I've been doing my digging, and with my cop friends, with everybody, law enforcement, from sources that I have, we have not found not one Nicki Minaj marriage certificate at all. There's no marriage certificate out there. Now, if somebody finds it, I'm waiting. Tasha even said that. There's no marriage certificate out there at all. This woman probably says she's married as a, you know how you say hubby on my side, my boyfriend's my hubby, and people don't understand you're not married. Like, I'm married. I sign papers, the judge, my father, blah, 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 whatever. You're married for life or whatever, or you divorced, that's fine. But I think she just calls it marriage because then she had the baby. It was a lot of things going on with Nikki. She got married and all of a sudden she had the baby. It was so many things back to back happening with Nikki. And people are not following her. Like, okay, is she really married? I don't think so. But she's going to back this guy 100%, just like that guy said before me, because she needed that comfort, that stability. People were dragging her. People were using her for her music, for her voice. Oh, okay, like Megan Stallion. You see what she did to her? From the grapevine, I heard she did some
All right.
darn bad shit to Nikki. Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
Wendy.
Lisa.
Enough about Nikki. Wendy.
Okay.
I
You got
love
one
Wendy.
more
I've been
minute.
following-
Finish your point in a minute because I got to go to the next call.
I've been following. I know you always trying to throw me off, but it's okay. It's all good. I know you have to do your show, but Wendy, I love Wendy. Wendy needs help. I'm sorry. She needs time out for a year, 2 years, or she needs time out to get out. She has the money. Her son is in college. This guy has done her wrong right in front of her face all these years. You don't know how long he's been doing her wrong. He has a baby. He's showing off. But it's that girl. That girl's the one that's posting those pictures, and she's saying those things about, oh, look at us. Oh, we're so happy, and we're so this. And then Wendy's like, oh, and she does her drugs. She's drinking. She's doing her thing. And Wendy has no friends. She don't trust no one. She said it before. She trusts no one. And that's how Nikki rolls. She used to hang around with what's that girl, the rapper, the girl that did her big butt that was married with the Kardashian. She was hanging around with her for a long time.
All right.
And she didn't become a friend. She stabbed her in the back.
Okay.
So I love Wendy. I wish her well.
Thank you,
really
Lisa.
Do. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Thank you, Lisa.
But I love you, Wiley.
Love
Please,
you,
Wiley.
Okay. Thank
Wiley.
you. Thank you. I got to go to the next call.
Take care of yourself,
I will.
okay?
Thank you, Lisa.
Please.
Okay. All right. Thank
Follow
you.
all the
Bye bye.
orders,
Okay.
sweetie?
All right.
Love you.
All right. Bye bye.
Muchos besos.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go to the next caller. 4635, caller, you're on the air.
Man, you got to love Lisa, boy. You got to love Lisa. Lisa loves her Wiley. Let it be known, Lisa loves her Wiley. Listen, this is my take on it. I think if Nicki married Kenny for real and she didn't get a prenup, that'll be the biggest F up that she has ever done in her whole career, her whole life, her whole everything. I don't think that Nicki should pay for what that man did. I mean, if she coerced with him to pay this chick off to keep her mouth shut or to keep her from coming after Kenny, then I mean, she gets what she gets because she shouldn't insert herself in what he had going on. I mean, it is what it is. You can't bribe people with money. I mean, what happened to the girl is messed up. I believe what happened to her. I don't think that that's something she's gonna make up and live with, all these years, and it's it's probably something that's been killing and weighing on her for all these years. But it's just kind of ironic how she wants to come after him now that he's with someone high profile and that who has money. Like, would she have come after him if he wasn't with Nicki? You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. And then another thing is, why is she going around having interview with so many people? I mean, it is her story to tell, but it's just kind of suspect.
Well, for me, when Nicki addressed her on a public platform, that made Jennifer come out of hiding because people were digging to find her information. So we still didn't know how Jennifer looked because she would call into different shows. She went on daytime, tea time show. She went on this other chick show, Nosy, and it was picking up legs. And then, because she felt as though that her life was being threatened, she said she had to move a couple of times. Even Jennifer's daughter came out and said some things as well, about how her mom had to move from different locations because she were getting harassed from Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj associates. So that's just how this lawsuit came up.
Know what though? When you think of it like that, though, Wiley, I think that has more to do with him than Nicki herself.
I personally believe though, but again,
threaten this chick, like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't believe it, but people do desperate things for their man when they're in love with a man. Okay,
I mean, I don't want that.
I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, right? But if she did reach out, let's just say if she did reach out, why are you offering just $20,000? Why not $2 million? Because $20,000 ain't no money.
We all know she ain't giving up no $2 million now.
And if she did do this is backfiring.
If she did,
right? And then this is back. They should have left the lady alone. They should have left her alone. Kenneth Petty, he messed up for not registering, for not getting on the list and registering. That messed him up. Now he say, well, I want to sue New York, and I don't believe that's going to go nowhere. I believe he was notified and everything like that. It was just a strategy that he was like, okay, let me just sue New York now. And that's just something that's making Nicki looks bad. Me personally, Nicki, that dude could have just been a side piece, somebody he helped. She didn't have to go so public with him. She made that mistake and went so public with him. And now, anytime he in a news or some mess, it's always going to be Nicki Minaj's husband.
It's going to be associated with Nicki.
It's always going to be.
Whether she has anything to do with him or
right.
not. I mean, with it or not. Yeah.
Right. And the public going to make up their mind. They'll be like, leave her alone, surviving the Petties and everything. Even though Nicki didn't abuse nobody, she didn't do that in the early 90s. That was Kenneth Petty, but they are attached together. So now it's Nicki name is being inserted. Even in this interview clip, if you go to the real interview, the clip that they got for Jennifer, they put Nicki Minaj picture in there. Nicki, so this is making.
Listen, you know what? If I was Nicki, I wouldn't even care about none of that. If I have a prenup with that, but if she's really married to him, right, and she really does have a prenup, and if she really didn't offer money to hush this girl, like if she really don't have nothing to do with it, I wouldn't even care if I was Nicki. I wouldn't, because my money would be my money, and I would know in my mind that I didn't offer her no money. But if she did, and if
it's
she
any
really
proof to
married
that,
him without a prenup,
if it's any proof to that, that's embarrassing for Nicki, because then she really gonna have to pay this woman more than what she tried to bribe her with. So if she did do that, if there's any evidence that she did that, then that's gonna make her look even more bad. You know, right now we should be talking about Nicki Minaj getting her, documentary, Nicki Minaj writing a book, Nicki Minaj getting into movies. We shouldn't be talking about who her man's allegedly abused back in the early 90s. It's just like this is something
this is putting a
Yeah.
damper on her career for real, Wiley. It really is.
Because
she should be like moving forward. She shouldn't be dealing with what happened in the 90s. Like,
no, this should be.
That's crazy.
You know, Nicki should have married somebody.
Right,
There's so many other people that she could have married. Hell, she should have married August Alsina. You know, he has some good pain.
You know what it is? I think with Nicki, she likes to be comfortable. So, she was with Safari all those years, and apparently she was dating this guy when she was younger too.
Right.
So when she was with Safari and found out how much of a clown he was, and then she tried to step out a little bit with Meek Mill, and then you see what happened with that. She probably just went back to what she felt was comfortable, but despite of what he did and what he got accused of. She probably like, I know him, I know how he treated me, or she just probably went back to what she felt was comfortable.
All right.
We think something new with me.
We thank you so very much for breaking that down for us, sister. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you too. All right. So for the people that are just joining in, we're talking about this real interview that the Real going to be interviewing Jennifer. She, Jennifer is the victim of Kenneth Petty, and they're talking about this, and they're going to be interviewing her tomorrow. So we're going to come back and we're going to cover that. But if you want to call in and give your thoughts on it, the number is 646-716-8447. We reached out to Nicki Minaj. We have not gotten a response from Nicki or a member of her team, because we did reach out to our PR person as well. Let's go to the next caller. 3071, caller, you on air.
Hi, yes. I'm gonna make this quick.
Okay.
I am a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm not a Barb, but I am a fan. I hate that she did marry this guy and so much attention is on her. But I am starting to believe somewhat of a story that someone from her camp has reached out to Jennifer Hough. And I just want to believe Karen's civil name is all on
it. So you think Karen Civil is the one that reached out to Jennifer? Oh, that would be some mess. That would be some mess if she did that. Oh my gosh. That because she is close to Nicki, right? Karen Civil is close to Nicki. Oh, that would be some mess. Oh my gosh. So we should definitely see about that. Oh wow. She called in and she just dropped that like that. All right, let's go to the next caller. 3939, caller, you're on the air. 3939.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just calling because my thing is this. Everybody has a price, and Nicki's biggest crime is being cheap. I have a price, Wiley. You have a price. Everybody has a price. If you offer me $1 million to tell me somebody didn't rape me 20 years ago, I'm over it by now. I don't have no pain, no hurt. It's 20 years ago. I'll be like, yep, nope, he's innocent. He didn't do it. He's innocent. I lied, whatever. Nicki's biggest crime is being cheap. Pay the lady the money. Because the thing is, if she didn't have a price, she wouldn't get an attorney and go to court and try to sue you. She got a price. Nicki was too cheap to pay the price. Nicki has a husband. She has a child. That's her biggest thing, is that her child is going to grow up one day and he's going to see the papers. He's going to see everything. And so her biggest concern is that what her child is going to see. And if she just go ahead and pay the money, pay the lady. If she wants $1 million, pay the lady $1 million. Nicki got $1 million. Stop being cheap. Pay the lady. The lady will go away, and none of this will be heard of again. That's the biggest thing. Stop being cheap. Pay the lady. Everybody got a price. And as far as Wendy Williams goes, it's over with Kevin. He's gone. He's done. This hoe and her man is living their best life in your face, on your money. Wendy needs to just go ahead and sit down for 6 months, take a break, get healed, rest your nerves, and come back big. The best revenge is to live well and to look good. Wendy ain't doing none of that right now. That's what she needs to do. That's the biggest thing, And so, as far as common sense from the old school, I'm an old school woman. He gone. She done paid him the money. We need to sit down, rest her nerves, heal up, and come out looking better, living larger and bigger than ever. And that's Wendy's best revenge. Nicki, stop being cheap. Pay that lady what she wants, and that lady will go away and sit down. I will. Matter of fact, I don't even need a homie. I need $500,000. I'll go sit down, and I'll say whatever they want me to say. And even if they try to put me in jail, if I got $1 million in my bank account, when I come out, I'll go and sit down and then come back out and I got $1 million. Nicki, stop being cheap. Pay that lady. Stop being cheap. Pay that lady so she can go away. And your son can say, my daddy was innocent. You can say, my man was innocent. All y'all can holler with everyone that got $1 million to sit on. She don't care what y'all say because she's sitting on $1 million. So stop being cheap. That's all I'm saying. And Wiley, mind your health, because gas pains will make you think you're having a heart attack. I've had gas pains.
Well, I hope it is gas and the gas come on out, because good gosh, it's painful.
I think Tasha might be right. I've been to the ER from gas pains before myself.
Okay.
You might have had gas pains, Wiley.
Because it's still painful. It's still stuck up there. So hopefully it get released.
Yeah. A little money make everything go away and feel better.
Right.
Okay. All right, y'all.
All right. Thank you. Oh man. Hopefully it is that. So let it be released. 9867, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Voice of New York. So, Wiley, I'm glad you covered this story because, I am a big a Nicki Minaj fan. When people say that Nicki needs to stop being cheap and she needs to go and give the girl bread, first of all, no amount of money is worth the mental trauma and scars that this lady experienced. She was minding her business, okay? Years, went to therapy. And her man did not do his due diligence and did not go and sign when he went to California. $1 million is nothing. If you want me to do that, you gotta cough up the balls until the point where I can live comfortably without working ever. So it has to be, if you want to put a price, it got to be $30 million up. At least I can live off of interest. If it's 1% or 10%, I can live off 10% per year through investment. Also, Nicki Minaj in one song, Tap Out, call herself $1 Million Vagina, $1 Million Vagina, right? No, that was the lyrics with Tap Out with Birdman. But yet she deal with a broke dude. It just doesn't make sense. She brag all the time. People say, Nicki was very vulnerable, whatever. And I feel like I don't care how vulnerable you are, you do not dumb yourself with someone who's not on your level. This is a tale to successful Black women to not deal with bumps. Because only thing bumps will do is drag you down. He has nothing to lose. He came with nothing. He's not nothing. He's nothing. Okay? She has everything to lose. And she's sacrificing for someone who's going to take her to court because someone said, if she had a prenup, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Dre had a prenup and his wife got paid. If they got married in California is very easy when it comes to prenup. Okay? Especially if you're accustomed to a certain amount of a lifestyle. And he probably know Nicki's dirty secrets. So he's probably going to blackmail her too because he got 6 kids he need to take care of and he don't got no job. All right? That's why when you deal with a jailbird, a bum who can't do nothing for you. I don't feel sorry for Nicki because Nicki didn't feel sorry for herself. She knew the legacy that this man had that has a negative impact on her child. The fact that she thought about, but I don't know why. I don't know. Is Toxic D the best D or something? Like ladies, is Toxic D the best? Wiley, when you bagging dudes, is Toxic D what it is? Because I couldn't sacrifice everything I built up for someone who can't help me when I'm in need. I am waiting for this story to drop, and I need more YouTubers and the bigger blogs to not feel strong-armed by Nicki and post. Because at the end of the day, as we can tell with Karen Civil, there's no friends in this business. Still get your coins and get that money because as you can see, Nicki Minaj stuff sells, right? That's all I have to say, Wally.
I'm going to be covering. I'm going back live tomorrow, immediately following the real episode. Okay, so I'm gonna
But
get.
I'm happy this is happening, though. Wally, I'm so happy it's happening. You know why? Because I feel like Nicki feel like she's above reproach. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I love Nicki, right? But Nicki knows how to cause distraction. That whole, my cousin, best friend, father, testicle stuff, that was a distraction. Okay, it's like you gotta look through the smoke. Okay, she was calling smoke. There was no smoke because the paperwork was done. Where's Nicki now? She gonna drop a picture of Papa Bear, but no, the story's already coming out. So now she's embarrassed. But the thing is, she need to stand 10 toes down. You see how she went on her Queen Radio and interjected herself in a situation like she was the fly on the wall and talking about them. She has no idea. People change. If this man slaughtered and murdered somebody, why do you think he could not rape someone? Now, this is how Nicki can redeem herself, because she could redeem herself. I feel like, Wally, and it's just me, okay, as being the New Yorker that I am, I think Nicki has some sexual trauma and she experienced something because she has too many ties to men who have done, acts that are not good, right? Her brother and now her husband. I think she dealt with something like that herself, that she is in a Stockholm syndrome. And I feel like if she can talk about that, if she did, and write a book, okay, and then talk about, I think it'll be a good redemption story. I think that's the only way she can save herself, and then gently remove herself from her husband. Because honestly, this is bad for business. The documentary is not coming out, Wiley. It's not. Because her husband's going to court January 2022. All right? Like, you missing bags on the bags on the bags, bruh. Like, bags on the bags. Like, I thought I could have saw Nicki Minaj wasn't she in a Disney show or Pixar show as one of the dang Angry Birds? I thought because her son is like, is growing up and stuff, he could get those bags dealing with younger kid stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? But because of her husband, this is not going to work. Like, it's just like so stupid. I'm so disappointed in her. And this will go down in history, okay? It will go down in history that someone as successful as Nicki Minaj is with a bum who can't do nothing. And honestly, Wally, I wouldn't feel bad about it if he had, an offshore account, Swiss account, and he has millions. But he literally has nothing. He has everything negative that you don't want in a husband. He was a jailbird. He was a drug dealer. He has 6 kids with 3 baby mothers. Like, come on, this is what we tell girls in the hood not to get. And the fact she did the whole opposite is like, you could have find someone that at least, if you really have to date outside your race, you know what I'm saying?
I said she could. She did a record with August Alsina. She could have dated him, or someone without the unnecessary baggage. I just think that she dated a dude from the hood, and now it's coming in to bite her in her plastic butt, and so it's just really bad on her.
See, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta say plastic?
I mean, but I'm not. It's not plastic. It's not plastic. She says she's a Barbie, so it's not plastic.
You're right. And I do think after a while she got to start with the Barbie. You can't be 40 and say you're a Barbie. That's kind of like problematic. But Wally, I'm from the hood too, right? And I know, when I was younger, you want the dudes that had the type of swag, right? Like the Bloods, the Crips, or whatever. Where are they now? For me, they all in jail or they dead. Okay? Like, and then we look back like, yo, why did you want that? See, Nicki knows better though. Like, you're a millionaire. She's lucky I'm not gay, okay? Because if I was, I would have tried to hook up with a. I wouldn't bring nothing to the table. I wouldn't put nothing to the table. Just bring myself, and you fix me up, and I get the bag. Because that's how low standard she has of herself. That her being a beautiful black woman as Nicki Minaj feel like she couldn't do better. That's sad. That's very depressing and sad. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, you couldn't do better? Like, Barb, like, seriously, she couldn't do better?
I think after she dated Safari, she should have got a better man with some sense, with a degree, you know what I'm saying? A professional man. It's so much she could have did. She got the power. She could have got any man, but she went in the gutter, in the hood.
The gutter.
Yes.
The gutter.
And got this man.
She went into the trenches, okay? She went, we gonna come out the trenches. She went back in. After you have I'd rather her dealt with Drake. And and I know she don't like Drake because she thinks Drake is a little punk, right? And this is the problem. And we have to ask ourselves, why are we gravitate towards men who don't have nothing to offer? Like, why do we want those bad boy image? They can't do nothing for us long term. I know people don't like some people like, oh, he need to have swag or whatever. Men are, everyone is a dichotomy, right? You one day I can dress in Jordans. If my man want to dress in Jordans, he can. If he want to dress in suit, he can. But you want to be proud of who your partner is. You want to gloat. You want to say, yo, this is my man, son. Like he is all that. You gotta hide him because you can't bring him outside past Southern California. You can't even bring your child to the park with his father. What kind of life is that? Like, you're hostage. And then she's making all these excuses. She knows she can't travel anywhere because she can't leave her son with his own father. Like this is embarrassing. Is she not embarrassed? Like, what is her mother saying? Like, I just need to hear from someone close to her. And I really need her to talk to a therapist. And even, and this would be good for her to even do that out loud as a documentary, because I really want to know why. And then I think she even psyched herself up, Wiley, that she believes herself that he didn't do it. But I do think deep down she knows he did it. But she just can't accept reality that he did it. Like, she can't believe she's sleeping next to somebody. But I would say this, Wiley. I need to know, is his pipe game that good? Because his pipe game has to be that good. For her to be this dumb, his pipe game got to be phenomenal. I feel like we need to see some pictures or something, because I feel like he blew her back out that she went dumb. She had to go dumb. And I feel like women only go this.
I'm just saying, it was a lady, and I believe Tasha reposted this on Instagram. You can't let everybody hit the bottom of your vagina or come inside you because you become obsessed with that person. I think that she opened her walls up to a man that is a convicted R-word and didn't want to register and all of this. I think that let's just say he changed, he should have registered. You know what I'm saying? And they should never bother this woman. And I'm talking about he shouldn't. I don't know if he did it or not did it, but they shouldn't have had nobody to associate with Jennifer or sending Jennifer any type of messages. So it's a lot he could have did. And I don't think it wouldn't even been a topic if Nicki didn't even mention her name. But Nicki came out and said this stuff and lied, said the one was white, said they were in a relationship. She said a whole lot of things which she shouldn't have said. Even if it was true, she should never brought it out there, because now you are coming out here trying to pressure the victim to change her statements. So Nicki did wrong coming out herself.
I agree. That's extortion. I feel like her man probably have a tongue attached to his penis that tickled her heart. She probably cried when they have sex, because this is like emotional for her, to the point where it's like she's numb to it. Now, her husband could have made like a little redemption story too, talking about, fine cases of men who have been sexually, who have been vindicted, that wasn't really wasn't there for sexual assault and stuff. But just take that out, so just take that out, because this lady retracts her story. That's perjury on her.
All right.
Like, she'll go to jail.
Thank you. Tomorrow. All right, I would definitely. Yeah, thank you, sister. Thank you so much. The voice of New York. Thank you. Okay. We got another caller in here. Give me a second. Okay. 0597. You're live on air.
Hey, what's up, Wiley?
Hey.
No, I just wanted to ask you some questions about the whole situation, because I hear like a lot of people, like Voice in New York just called in and was like, Nicki knew of this man's past or whatever. I'm just trying to get clarification. Like, do y'all feel like when she rekindled her relationship with this guy, Kenneth Petty, like she actually knew what was going on with him, like that he allegedly raped this girl?
She had to know. Like, I don't think she got people that their job is to do research. So I don't think that she did not know. I think she knew, and she didn't care. She didn't care. She was in love. She was rekindling this relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, I remember when she did rekindle the relationship with him, like she was like on like a trip or something with the girl Brooke and Riley. It was like double dating, like a cabin or something. And when the Shade Room had did their research, I'm not sure if it was the Shade Room or Neighborhood Talk, but one of the blogs that did the research on the guy, and they put out there his past, like from the beginning. So I kind of feel like from the beginning, she never really had a chance to take the situation and try to put her own mind around it and make her own decision, because since he came in the picture, she's been like kind of revolting and pushing back against the blogs, against the media, with the whole Kenneth Petty thing. I feel like Nicki would have, if she had time to actually sit alone and think about, hey, this is not gonna be good for my career. This is not gonna be worth it. I think she would have left him alone. But being as though the blogs kept putting them up and bringing up stuff and all of that, it's like she's a fighter. Like she a fighter. Like when Nicki beef or when she going against something, she's gonna go tooth and nail. You know what I mean? Like that's just how I feel about it. I feel like she would have left him alone if the media would have gave her a chance to like wrap her mind around it. And I think she did lie. She did lie and say the woman was white and all that. But that's probably because that's something he probably fed her. He probably said, she probably asked, who's the girl? Oh, some white bee. You know what I mean? Like he probably, gave it to her.
Even if he told her that, I don't think Nicki should have repeated it, because Nicki words have power. She is a person with millions of followers, so anything when she speaks, it travels not only in America but around the world. So even if he did tell her that, she shouldn't have repeated it, because it made her look bad. And now that the woman is not white, and now the woman is talking, and now you got her pretty much going on the reels. No telling wherever another outlet that she's going to go. So Nicki should have just stayed silent on this entire situation.
Right. And I got one more question. Where do you think this is going to go? I mean, now this alleged victim is doing interviews. I mean, at one point she was saying, "Hey, I don't want to. I want to put this all behind me." Now, like she's changing her tune. Now she's getting her hair done. She's taking photo shoots. She on the real national television now. Like, where is this going to go?
I think it's going to go on the court. I think that it's going to go on the court of law, because Nicki and Kenneth Petty was served with some paperwork. I think that this woman's story is going to be out. And who's to blame? Nicki is partially the blame of responding or mentioning her on her channel. I mean, on that big Queen Radio, she should have never mentioned her. So now she's got to take this hit, and there's no telling where it's going to go. Everybody and their mama going to be watching. The Remy Ma going to watch. I know Cardi. I know she's going to be up there watching. Everybody in the business, in the industry, is going to watch this, and this is going to be a very embarrassing moment for Nicki Minaj's career.
This is going to be crazy. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I believe. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I wanted.
All right.
Thanks
Thank you
for taking my call.
All right. No problem. All right. So this is a very embarrassing moment for Nicki Minaj's career. She don't have a Grammy. Now she have to deal with this, and this is public. So we're going to see out of all this stuff how this is going to happen out. Tasha said, "Mark my words, this will be tossed immediately." Let's just say it's going to be tossed immediately, Tasha. Let's put this out there that this lawsuit is going to be tossed immediately. It's embarrassing her career because now she got this on social media. Okay, give me a second. Now, Gossip in the City said, "Can't believe she's showing her face honestly. If you were on OnlyFans last year, you heard the audio recording." Okay, well, she's showing her face, Gossip in the City, is because she want her story out, and now they have a case, and so she's going to try to build up some type of support of this case. So let's go to the phone lines. Anonymous, you live on air.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
You said what?
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
Say
um,
it ain't. Say it ain't.
I can't. It's out there, sus. It's, so y'all need to check up on Nicki and be like, hey, all right, it's out there. I can't say it ain't so. Baby, it's so. Um, they said the case will be thrown out. Listen, we don't know. We shall see how this is going to play out. But if it's some evidence, Tasha, I don't believe this case is going to be thrown out or tossed out. So if there's some evidence, it is. Tasha said Nicki's career is fulfilled. She is moving into the next phase. Why her moving into this next phase of her career, she have this Jennifer and this cloud over her career. While she's moving into this next phase, she gotta answer to this. Did she do this or did she not do it? We shall see how this going to play out, in the court of law. But this is something that is out there on social media. We see this, and it's being played out all over the world, and they're covering it just because a lot of Instagram blogs not covering, but the media definitely are going to be covering this tomorrow. We definitely going to see how this is going to play out. I think Nicki should have just kept quiet last week when she came out and talked about her husband. Talking about her friend, cousin Balls. I think that's what's hunting her. And so now you're coming out with this interview. So now everybody is interested in this interview. And I think everybody is going to be covering it in this interview. Anonymous, you live on air. Okay. Oh, they want to play on the phone. Okay. Tasha, you're not an attorney or judge. Let's wait and see. What? The shade room and the light are quiet. Yeah, the shade room are definitely quiet. So what time is it coming on tomorrow? Let me see. What time the real come on tomorrow? Let me see. Give me a second. The real. Let me see. Let me see what time do it come on tomorrow. It say 1 o'clock. It said 1 o'clock. That's what it said on my phone. 1 p.m. Central on Fox. That's what I have on my phone. 1 o'clock. It say 1 o'clock. I'm in Dallas, so it say 1 o'clock Central on Fox. So I'm definitely going to get up and get my coffee together and definitely cover this. Is Tasha still in the chat? I don't know if she's going to cover this tomorrow. I don't know if Tasha's going to cover this. That was a question that I had for her. If she would have hit the link or called in, I definitely would have asked her a couple of questions to see if she's going to cover this tomorrow. But Tasha, if you're still in here, will you be covering this tomorrow? Okay, let me know in the comments. Or you can they say I'm not watching. I catch clips on the blogs. I'm watching. It normally comes on right after Wendy Williams, I believe. Okay. So I'm definitely going to talk about it. All right. 3274, caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, welcome.
Hey, man. What's going on, man? I had to check in, man.
Okay. We're talking about Nicki.
I had to check in. Yeah, I'm talking about Nicki. I'm talking about the chat. Listen. It's a lot of blasphemous comments being made on this show tonight, man. I'm not, man. Okay, first of all, this is Terrence. I had to call in again because a lot of wackiness. The sister that came on calling Nicki's husband a bum. It's completely disrespectful. Disrespectful. Everybody has a past. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. For all we know, we don't know all the facts. That brother could have been turning his life around. He could have had a good paying job. We don't know what he did. But I don't like people, the pot calling the kettle black. Some of y'all females out there trifling. You done had 3 or 4 baby daddy and you still looking for a good man. Leave that man alone. That's the first thing I want to say. That was disrespectful. Talking about this man, calling him a bum, and he ain't got not too many men on planet Earth got more money than Nicki Minaj. So that's just I be trying to back all these women with these women rights, but if men treated women the way women treat men, it'd be horrible, man. A lot of
But
brothers
he
who are
was
highly successful.
accused of abusing Jennifer, and also he didn't register. So I think that's a bum move for him not to do that.
Oh, you don't know. It could have been a coincidence. You don't know. We don't know the circumstances. We have to withhold judgment because we don't know the facts. We can't be too.
It was
we
a
don't know the
fact that
facts.
he did plead guilty for not registering. That's a fact. When he moved from New York to California, he did not register. That is a fact. You can't move around freely without registering because of the type of crime that he committed, right? So I think that's a very bum move for him as well. That's just how I believe of it. You don't believe that?
That's called being human. So let me ask you something. You haven't made a bum move before. You haven't made a mistake.
I
I mean,
made a
you haven't
mistake, but
done. You don't know what happened.
it's certain mistakes that you
dealing with
can
COVID.
make
You
that
don't know
will
how to.
it's certain mistakes that you can commit that will follow you for the rest of your life. And what he did, being a
Wow.
convicted R word, is going to follow him for the rest of his life. He would never be able to get away from that. It's just certain type of crimes that will follow you for the rest of your life. He have to register for the rest of his life. So, I mean, that's something he did.
Okay, that's an action. We can evaluate that action, and we can assert that it wasn't the wisest move. However, we cannot come to the conclusion that, as the sister said, he is a bum. That's a strong assertion. We must refrain from that because now we're minimizing a black man. We're taking away his value as a human being, and that's just not right. Okay, that's one. Okay, and two, Nicki Minaj did nothing wrong but marry somebody she was in love with. I mean, come on. Come on. She was supposed to get with this man and that man. How you know? How does anybody know who she should have been with? I mean, so most of y'all are single right now in the bed next to a cold pillow, and you're gonna tell CEOs who they should have married. Disrespectful.
So are you
Disrespectful.
Kenneth
We don't know
Petty?
how the relationship gonna turn out.
Are you Kenneth Petty spokesperson? Because it seems to me you're defending him. You don't think that he did nothing wrong in this case?
Well, I won't go off and say that he did nothing wrong. I'm not saying that. I will say we don't have 100% of the facts, and we should at least have some type of leniency or slack. We can't be just brothers like that. I want to look on the other side and see the glass full and see that he's a man out of jail trying to get his life together. Okay, we don't know what type of environment he was raised in. That's for one. Two, he got married. Hey, I'm married. There's a lot of people in my family not married. So he got married. That's a sign he's trying to change his life. I have to give him credit for that. Two, Nicki Minaj got married to a brother. Okay, we can't say the same for Serena Williams. Okay, she got married to a brother from the hood. All right, so we got to give her credit for that. And she's doing what she has to do to keep her household intact. So all this judging, we got to calm down with that because all I see is two people living life. Okay, living life. Now, to the woman here, the question needs to be asked. And I call her pose this question. I think we should dive into it. If this dude Petty was married to a cafeteria worker, would she have come out with this? If he was married to a bus driver, would he have come out with this? We have to examine her actions and say that she's here for a bag.
No, I have to correct you there. If it was a cafeteria worker, she wouldn't have the access to be on Apple Music or Apple and saying that this one was white. Nicki used her power to discredit this woman's story. Nicki should have never said that. Nicki is not a cafeteria worker. Nicki is a powerful entity. And for Nicki to say these things about Jennifer that was not true, it's coming back to bite her in the behind. You don't think so? Nicki was the one that encouraged her Barbs to expose this woman. Nicki did a lot of wrong in this too, so she's not innocent. And her husband should have registered once he moved to the state of California. That's another fact that he should have did. You know,
Okay.
that's just how I believe it. I know you're triggered by hearing the word bum, but certain women is going to say that he's a bum compared to Nicki. He don't have any money. He have an extensive criminal past. He's not bringing any bread, and a lot of women will call that man a bum. You don't think so? And the only thing that he can offer is peen, but he not paying no bills.
So his worth is then deduced to one factor. There's nothing else that could be done. If he's not doing that one thing, then we jump to that harsh conclusion. Is that what you're saying?
I believe that this the public is going to come to that harsh conclusion that he's a bum. And I don't think Nicki should have never married him. It's plenty men Nicki should have been involved with, never should have married. She could have been with Wayne, Drake, August Alsina, Michael B. Jordan, so many other men that don't even have this past of Kenneth Petty. Like, I just think that she should never did it. That's just how I feel about it. I know you. That's just my opinion.
What past they got?
He have a past. He have a criminal past, and Michael B. Jordan don't have a past like Kenneth Petty,
And Weezy don't?
nor August Alsina.
How do you know?
I'm just saying these are public figures, sir. You know how I know? Because I've done the research.
You done the research on their criminal history.
Yes, they don't have a criminal past like Kenneth Petty. Manslaughter, convicted of R-word. No, they don't have that past, caller. No, sir. They don't have that past.
They don't have that. Lil Wayne was in jail for 2 years for holding a gun.
That's holding a gun, but not abusing a woman against her will.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. These are facts. He was convicted.
Bruh, I know it's a lot of black men being convicted of crimes they didn't commit. I'm calling somebody right now. My little cousin got 15 years for a crime he didn't commit.
I'm telling you that Kenneth Petty is guilty. He's on the register list, and it is what it is, sir. You have to take that up with him. I'm just giving that. I just feel like you felt triggered. You felt triggered. You felt triggered. You felt triggered. But do you believe that Nicki should have, or do you believe that they have been harassing Jennifer, the victim here? Do you think they were harassing her and offering her $20,000 to change her statement?
That sounds like a come up to me. That sounds like reaching out and giving back to your community. That sounds like we do that.
20,000 is not a come up. 20,000 is not a come up.
Helping out her community. That's what it sounds like to me.
20,000 is not a come up, in my humble opinion. That ain't no. That's an insult.
Somebody gave $20,000 back. No if, but that's not a come up.
That's not a come up, sir.
If you $20 right now, I didn't came up dollars.
That's not a come up compared to what this woman was accused of. You offer her 20 racks. That ain't a come up.
Come up.
That's a slap in the face. That's an insult.
Let me get straight. 10 years ago, she got beat up by some dude. We ain't never heard her. We never hear him. So that means 10 years ago, she already settled that. That's an event that took place in her life, and that's what happened to her. She had moved on. Now, because of this certain set of circumstances, meaning the person she is no longer with, it's with someone as a $50 million bag. She is now in a position where she can get 20,000, no ifs, ands, or buts. You telling me for someone like her who was never going to get that to begin with, that's not a come up? Y'all need to stop looking at MTV Cribs, man. That's not real. A $20,000 bag for nothing is a come up.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, I hear you on that, sir.
Quiet
all right.
now, huh?
No. I'm not quiet. Listen. If you can send me 20 racks, it is what it is. It's not crickets. What for that woman? I think for what she went, how she was attacked, she needs 20 million or 2 million, right? Not 20 racks.
For a couple of tweets, you don't knock it off. For some tweets and some comments, come on. Come on, silly.
All right. But I hear you, Terrence. Is this your first time calling to the Wiley Show?
No, it's the second. This is my second time. I had to get you the other day for what was that? For Karen Civil stuff. I had to get you, man. I'm your neighborhood checker because you have a lot of women on here destroying brothers. A bum. How many? Come on. Well, you know what set me off about that? Because what's the dude in London when the prince married that common girl, the half white, half black girl? Everybody went crazy because here's this guy of majesty, of royalty, marrying a commoner. We look on that. Nobody else called Shorty a bum. Did anybody call her a bum? Seriously.
But she had a job, sir. She had a job. She worked in Hollywood. She was an actress. She wasn't a convicted R word. She didn't have to register on a list. She played in shows. Like she was an actress. She was an actress. She was an actress. She was a working actress. And she worked in Hollywood. And she was not on a register. I'm giving you a thing. She was not on a registry list where she had to register because she abused somebody on the street and took advantage of a victim. No. So them are totally two different people, sir.
Come on.
Charlotte, it's the truth.
This is the double standard. This is why I have to check in every now and then because it's real one-sided. It's a double standard. That white fellow with the red beard and royalty married a commoner, half black, half white, mixed. We all loved. Everybody loved him. He, oh yeah, he's good, right? Nobody called him a bum. Matter of fact, black woman is, oh girl, you get the bag, get the royalty bag, right? Black woman, at a man, sees the goodness in his heart. He's turning his life around. And what y'all call that? A bum. It's not right, black women.
All right. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, brother, for calling in. Okay. Thank you so much. There. Oh man, that was funny. Oh man, the phone lines is heating up. Oh my gosh, all these calls. Okay, we just gonna do a minute per call. All right. 9867 caller, you're on the air. Oh my God.
Hey, Wiley, and this is the voice of New York. Terrence, it was me who called him a bumba. Terrence, are you spokesperson of BBNA Bum Niggas Association? Terrence! Okay, are you part of Broke by Broke? We ain't got it? Are you president with Kanye West? We ain't got it. Broke by Broke. Everybody put Broke by Broke into the chat for Terrence because he is caping right now. Terrence, is Kenneth Petty your pledgee? Did you name him homosexual, which means a nigga who's broke who can't live with women? Terrence, is your line name Vagabond, Vagrant? What's your name, bro? First of all, Terrence, answer this question. Would you want your daughter to marry someone like Kenneth Petty? Would you want your daughter that you raised to be educated, to be self-sufficient, to also know that she to know that she has a husband that can hold her down? Would you be happy and proud that your daughter is with a sex offender, an XO, and a murderer? He went to jail for murdering somebody. Oh, Terry, you forgot to mention that. But here you are justifying because he's a black man who's a bum. Everybody, it's not bum. It's bum. Okay, you gotta say it fast. A bum. And Terrence, for you to gloat like this, you should feel ashamed of yourself. You should want better for your black sisters. And you had the audacity, the unmitigated gall to mention Serena Williams. Serena Williams did date a black man. She dated Common. She dated Drake. They didn't step up. But guess what? She's with the Reddit founder who sold his company and have millions. And that's who she's with. So she had her pergamous relationship. You see, this is what I'm saying. Black men want you to be down so bad. They don't want you to do better than them. Let Terrence. You say you married, right? Let a fat white lady get someone like Kenneth Petty. Okay? Let them clean them up. Okay? Why should we get the scraps? So because I'm struggling with a husband who got a record too? Terrence, this is what you promoting? This what you promoted? Wiley, this what he promoted? He's justifying someone who was convicted for SO, who was also convicted for murder, someone who has 5 kids, no job, many baby mothers from the hood, nothing to offer you but dry dick, basically.
All right.
That's all he can offer. He's a homosexual. Not homo, homosexual. And that's who Terrence wants for black women? That's what you want for us, Terrence? Then you could at least tell me, hey, get a dude that at least did inside trading for stock market. At least he went to jail for investing. That makes more sense. You know, if you're gonna date someone who's a convict, don't date someone who can't go back into the community again. Terrence, call back in and answer the question. Would you be proud of your daughter to date a Kenneth Petty? Would you feel comfortable of your granddaughter to be around someone like Kenneth Petty? I couldn't sleep with my eyes open next to Kenneth Petty because he murdered somebody. But he may murder me in my sleep, okay?
All right.
Got me all sweating
Thank
in my sleep.
thank you.
But thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Okay.
And thank you for engaging with Terrence.
Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you, Don. Said great show. We got another super chat from Lisa. Thank y'all. Okay. Oh, we got 10 callers, so we're gonna try to get to all of them. 4334, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing good.
You got the people going, Wiley. You got the people going. They upset, then they feel it. What I wanted to say, I mean, obviously, Nicki Minaj, beautiful, successful, could have got with anybody. She chose this man. Why? I do not know. I mean, it just befuddles me. So she had to know people was gonna find out about his situation, and because of what he did, and he's with you, it's gonna be multiplied. You know, thousands over, right? So tomorrow, like somebody said, I think I seen in the comments like, well, y'all better get ready for cute pictures of her son that she gonna be trying to, you know, put pictures on on Instagram to try to divert us from watching The Real. Everybody watching The Real tomorrow.
Everybody watching that tomorrow. Yeah.
And she's just gonna be embarrassed again. I really hate to see it. I mean, I wish Nicki, she done made enough money. Girl, go sit down. For real. Just sit down. You wanna have this man or whatever, okay, cool. But I really don't like this hate train. And she brought it on herself. I mean, before all this stuff happened, everybody knew she had a bad attitude, right? But it's just embarrassing to see. I mean, it's embarrassing. And then as far as for him, you know, it's a hierarchy to crime. Who wants to be associated with somebody who committed the R word? I mean, I myself, I'd rather deal with somebody who sold drugs. I mean, if you had to pick, you know what I mean? Jesus, that's like the lowest of the low. So that is a bitty bum. So I don't know why that guy got mad. That is a bum. What are you talking about? But I know you got a lot of callers. Wow.
All right.
So I just wanted to put it
Love
on
you.
2 cents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Peaches. Thank you, Deborah, for the super chat. And who else in here? Thank you, Lisa. Thank y'all so very much for the super chats today. Okay. Oh, man, we got a lot of callers. Let me get to these calls. 1476 caller, you're on the air. 1476.
Yes,
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
I was just wanted to call in because I feel like it's a setup because of what she did with the vaccine. When she said, and everybody just want to go against her, and it's a setup.
But Jennifer have been speaking out way before The Real, you know. So
I know,
she have been on
that,
YouTube.
but they also got her on a recording saying that she didn't do it as well.
Okay,
Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen that, but I know I will be tuning in for that interview. Are you going to be watching that interview tomorrow?
Yes, I'm definitely going to be watching that interview tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to be listening. And I just think it's some BS going on. I think she's getting paid up under the table to do this. All of a sudden, after this vaccine, this pops up.
We shall definitely see how it's gonna
Something
go.
ain't right.
This how it's gonna go. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. I think Nikki should have left that should have left Jennifer alone, but she didn't leave her alone, and now they coming out with this. And she was served with paperwork the day of the Met Gala, so people forget that Jennifer got Nikki and her husband in court. So that's a whole other thing. But I'm definitely gonna be tuning in tomorrow with my
Yeah, I
popcorn.
know. But so do you think that Nikki would harass this lady? Do you think she would do that?
I think that with Nikki, I don't know. I would love to
Or
say
is this
no,
lady just trying to is this lady just trying to get money?
or it
Is
could
she
be
just
it,
trying to
or
get
it
money?
could be somebody
Because
from
she,
Kenneth
you
team
know,
did it. It could be. It's possible.
right,
I don't put nothing past them. I think when Nikki went wrong
right.
at is when she came out publicly and spoke on Jennifer and lied on Jennifer. I think she should never did that, in my humble opinion.
So she lied on Jennifer?
Yeah, she said that she was a white woman.
How you know that?
She said that she was a white woman. She said that Jennifer and Kenneth was in a relationship. She was putting all that out, trying to discredit Jennifer. You don't remember when Nikki did that?
No, I don't remember when she did that. I was thinking that maybe that's what he had told her, and that's probably why she said
Well, she
that.
should never repeat it
You know,
because
us women,
it's just like, it's just so sad for Nikki. But go ahead. As women, you was about to say?
it's like damn if you do and damn if you don't. I just feel like the Nikki hate train started back in 2018 and it's trying to start back up again in 2021.
I
And
don't
that's
think it's
how
a
I
hate
feel about
train.
it.
I think
It's
it's whoever she opened her legs up to have abused Jennifer, didn't register. So a lot of, if it is a hate train, it's because Nikki started it. Nikki and her husband started it. It wouldn't have been none of this if he would have registered and she would have never said nothing about Jennifer. This wouldn't have been a problem. This is a problem because of what the Petties did. And what they should have did was leave Jennifer alone and moved on with their life, and he should have registered, but he didn't. So now he pleaded guilty for not registering. Now Jennifer doing an interview is no telling. He could possibly serve some time in prison for not registering. People forget about that. So we shall see how this is going to
oh
go.
yeah, I know he can serve some time for that. I do know that he can serve some time for that. But I didn't know that they were actually so that they did threaten this lady.
No. I don't know that. That's a alleged because they haven't been charged or convicted of that. So I'm gonna just say allegedly they have been reaching out to
Right, because
Jennifer. So I don't know. I don't know about that part, but I do know that Jennifer is suing them, and that's one of the allegations that they have been trying to come
Yeah,
after
of
her.
course. I know she's suing him. I would sue him too because Nigga's worth $100 million. Of course. Of course you would sue. Of course you would sue. Of course.
All right.
He's married to a millionaire. So of course I would sue too. I mean, hey.
All right.
She's getting her clout on. She's chasing it.
All right.
But I
Thank.
just feel bad for Nikki because it's a messed up situation.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All
Have a
right.
good
No,
one.
you too. Bye bye.
right.
Okay, we can go to the next caller. 0635. Caller, you on the air. 0635.
Wiley?
Hi. Yes. Welcome. Yes.
Hello?
Hi. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Okay, sorry, Wiley. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this right now. If they want to go to the Institute of Women Policy Research, it says that Black women are, let me get this right. SA violence against Black women has high rates. More than 20% of Black women are raped during their lifetime. So I just think, what that former guy Terrence was talking about, he was being very misogynoir. He didn't have no facts. Why was he going on Serena Williams? Black men, Serena Williams is not their type. She dated a plethora of different type of Black men, and she got with someone that was going to respect her and who can give her clout. Yeah, she married a white man, but he can help her get her businesses. He can help her, give back to the community, unlike Kenneth Petty can. He doesn't even have a degree or something. Maybe if he was like something part of the exonerated 5, that would make sense. He ain't got no degree. He got all these kids, and he got nothing but debt for Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, there's a lot of things that comes with this. I think that, you know, she just wanted to have someone for protection. And I just think it's very ignorant. It's going to be sad on her reputation. I don't care what no one says. All these barbs, they're going to be like this and that. It's a hate train. They did not force her into this marriage. If she was going to be in a marriage, it would have been someone who had something to offer or to give. I don't know why this Jennifer person is speaking because, you know, she knows how crazy these people are. I don't think it's a good thing on her end. But, you know, hopefully she protects herself and her energy. But I don't think this is good for her either way because it's just going to cause too much divisiveness. I don't want to see her on the world because it's like it's going to create more trauma for her. But I'm going to watch and see what happens. But, you know, it's just really sad. And, you know, Terrence, you know, just go to the Institute of Women's Policy and Research, and then you'll see why some people are very concerned with this Kenneth Pay situation. That's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Wow, we have a lot of callers here. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. We're going to go to the next caller, 9649. Caller, you're on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Oh man, I'm so glad actually that I didn't get to come on this call immediately after that Terrence guy because I was heated. Like I was dead. I was just here screaming at my phone, and it upset me that I let this nigga upset me. Sorry, I don't know if I can say those words, but it upset me that I would let him upset me like that because it's so frustrating to hear the things that he was saying. The caller that called him a bum is exactly right, and the caller that just called in took the words straight out of my mouth. This Terrence guy is a misogynoir. Like, there's no way around it. He has to hate Black women. So the young lady that asked him if he would be fine with his daughter dating something like this, he probably would because he does not care for his daughter. He couldn't possibly care for us, for women like us, if this is something that he's saying is acceptable for us. Black women are not trash receptacles. We are not here to be garbage collectors. We do not need to be letting these dusty ass, nothing having people up inside of us just because they've got nothing but penises to offer. I love Nicki Minaj. I've been a Nicki fan from day one. I know every word to all her songs, but golly, like, I'm so disappointed. It's not a hate train. It's just like watching your family members struggle to get to the top, only to watch them just self-sabotage and quickly fall right back to the bottom. And that's what she's doing. Nicki Minaj bragged on herself. I mean, $1 Million Punani, like, she bragged on herself and then went and laid up with a hobo? Like, what is this? I feel like she may just want somebody that she can have more control or dominance or power over, because she went from Safari to a murderer and an hour. Like, so she must have something inside of her that feels like she needs to have something over men, which, I mean, right now it's just that she has the money. Otherwise, I don't know what it could be. But Black women are not garbage receptacles. We are not rubbish bins, and we do not need to be taking anybody in that does not deserve us. We deserve love, and we deserve quality men. So please don't allow men like Terrence to gaslight you into homelessness. Like, that's how we end up right there alongside them, and then they'll go cheat on you anyway. Like, it just doesn't. I'm just frustrated. I'm disappointed in Nicki Minaj. But Terrence, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Just shut up. Just shut up. That's it. Good night, Wiley. I love your show.
Thank
you. I'll let everybody else call in, but please.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. All right. Okay. We can go to the next caller. 1815. Caller, you on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I just want to say to all my queens, hold y'all crowns. As far as the guy that called in, I was literally losing brain cells. Like, it was coming from a uneducated, a guy that seems like he grew up in a single parent household. And literally, I was like shaking listening to this guy talk. Obviously, he didn't graduate from high school, and birds of a feather flock together. He was a very uneducated person. He wasn't stating any facts. He didn't do any research, but he was worried about you doing your research. okay? This man has not only been convicted of the R word, but he also was convicted for murder and other crimes. And if he had registered, if he had never got pulled over in the state of California for driving a car without a driver's license, this would have never happened. Now, I consider myself to not just be a barb, but I call myself a stiletto barb because I like Cardi and I love Nicki. And I'm a Sagittarius. And I'm a Black woman, educated, multiple degrees. This guy is a criminal. He did what he said he did. And if he would have registered, this wouldn't have never happened. It would have never happened. If he would have registered on top of Nicki, she knew what she signed up for when she married him. On top of that, to say the least, is Nicki went online and as a victim, y'all don't know what that woman went through. That is a triggering event for her. That's someone that probably suffers also from PTSD from that happening to her. And then having Nicki go on her national syndicated show and to say that this woman was a white woman and that they were dating. And I mean, the audio recording is there. And for the young lady, this guy that says, you know, I hope they don't have children. But I can understand him taking up for Nicki because he has a family of criminals. He said it himself. His cousin just got convicted. So he comes from a family of crime and probably a fatherless household. So for my queens, you don't argue with fools. His intellectual level is not even on the grade of some of the conversations from men and women that I've heard come and call into your show for the longest time that I've been listening to you. So that's, you know, part of what I have to say, but it's all going to come out to the wash. I think everybody's going to be glued to the TV tomorrow. And when I say, like you read in history, the queen falling off her throne, this is Nicki's legacy at this point. This is Nicki's legacy going out of the door because of who she decided to marry. She married a convicted M and R word. This is the legacy that she's leaving her son. This is the legacy that she's leaving the Barb. This is a queen literally being thrown off her throne by her own likings and her own dealings and all the things that Nicki's done. She's reaping what she sowed and it's catching up to her. That is exactly what this is. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay. We got a lot of callers in here. Let's keep it short. All right. 2693, caller, you're on the air. 2693. 2693. Okay. 5379.
Wiley,
Yes.
how you doing, Ola?
Doing good.
Listen, I got a lot to say real fast. I hear people in the chat and stuff. I hear that, okay? There's a lot of trolls here. Like I said, I don't know why they don't support you $1, $5, $10. As you can see, I give you money every time. You know, I feel as though I'm going to give it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has their opinion. You have your opinion and you do fact checking, understand that. And a lot of people don't do their fact checking and stuff like that. But just because someone has an opinion just like I do, because I hear people saying things and I'm like, you know what? I want to, but I'm not going to say it. People need to stop being so harsh on people. When you are on Wiley Show, just call in and give your opinion. I understand it's a back and forth thing, like New Yorker. You're not perfect all the time, the New Yorker girl. I like what she says at times, and I listen to her, okay? But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We are all God's creatures. We are all beautiful in our own ways. We go through things in life. We all do. And we all have people in our lives that are going through some turmoil that we don't want them to go through. For example, my sister gets her teeth knocked the F out of her mouth in front of her child, and then her child gets knocked out, and she's still with a man. And believe me, when I tell you this, everyone in my family hates him. but she's still with him. You know why? She says, I love him. I love him. My sister's so mind controlled by this man because she loves him. He's good 90% of the time, but not really good at all when he hits on her. That's a minus 100, okay? And every time I call her and I just make sure she's okay, she's like, I'm good, I'm good. And I talk to my niece, and she was only 7 years old when she got her mouth knocked out with her mom, right in front of her mom, okay? And you know what I wanted to do if I wasn't in Florida? You don't know. I had to be stopped getting on that plane and going with my family there, but at the same time, we don't want no problems because my sister's going to go right back to him. The same thing with Nicki. Nicki knows what this guy did. She ain't stupid. If she decided to marry him in good faith or whatever, the case might be true marriage or not, she's with this guy because she is happy with this guy. Don't you see her? She's glowing. She's happy. She don't give a F what anybody says. Not at all. So Terrence has his right to say whatever he needs to say. Everybody's calling bum, 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 bum. He said what he said. Some of the things I don't agree. Right. He shouldn't have said some things that, instead of fact checking, but he said what he said because he's a listener, and he did. I wanted him to call in to hear what he had to say as a man, because it's all women calling all the time, and then women are bashing each other online here, saying this and that, even with me, and I'm like, give $1, give $5, give $10, and nobody gives out money. They just listen and just call in, or don't call in, and just sit there, don't say nothing. And when they call in, they want to bash everybody or bash everybody on the internet. The keyboard is a powerful weapon. You can say things to hurt people, and it will traumatize people for life. Like this girl said, yeah, she was traumatized by the call. Oh my God, he said this. Girl, you don't have a thick skin. I have a thick skin. I heard what he said. I heard what you said. I hear what everybody say. People are entitled to their own opinion.
All right.
He wasn't saying, I read between the line what Terrence was saying, but he's like, he's married and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that he would let his child be with a man that would do that to her. And I'm sure he would take care of that, whatever. But if he didn't, well, then he's wrong. But if he does take care of the child, that's fine. My children, no one, I think, like if my child got married and they were with an abusive man, and they still want to be with them, what can you do? There's so many people that are traumatized by their kids being with someone they don't want them to be with.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do when they love each other? Just like Nicki ain't going to leave this man for nobody. She doesn't care what anybody says.
All right. Thank you,
she got her
Jaleesa.
power. She has thick skin.
Thank you.
You understand sometimes.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
That's what I got to say.
All right. Thank you,
Give
Lisa.
money to Wiley. Shut the hell up.
All right.
And, just stop being nasty, period.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay.
All right,
Also,
take care,
thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Okay. We want to give a shout out. Someone sent a super chat and they said, I'm caller 9649. Figure I drop a tip. Love you, Wiley. Chat is heated. Thank you, Amanda. Okay. This chat is heated. 9798 caller, you on air. 9798. Hi. Welcome.
Hi, thanks. Nice to meet you.
Nice
My
to meet
first
you
time
too.
calling in.
Thank you.
I just want
Welcome.
to say that God has a way of humbling us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, what you do, it always comes back in different ways, and we don't know that. Nicki at one time got Cardi B's accusers on her line. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And remember that? As women in the industry, Nicki is tied to Karen Civil, and Karen Civil had all her mess come out, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's done things for Nicki. We gotta be careful when people say hate train. It's not a hate train. It's the things that you do that come back out to the light. You understand what I mean? So no one can escape what you do in this world. It all comes back around, and it's sad. But you know what? Everything you do, she did this to everybody. Well, she said a lot of things when she came in the industry, and it's coming back to bite her in a way that is sad. And you got to be able to pick and choose your fight, because you never know. Wasn't that her line?
Yeah, that's the line right then and there. All right.
And
Thank
you
you.
gotta be, and you have to be mindful that the industry, they will love you, but they will also bring you down. So you gotta really know how to play your role in this game. And sometimes you gotta be quiet when it needs to be. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. You just never know who's going to call into the show. But thank you to the first time callers. We got almost 400 people in the chat. Okay. Let's go to the next caller. All right. 6966. Caller, you're on the air. 6966.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Can you turn me down in the back?
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
This is like my third time watching your show. I just want to give you a prop.
Oh,
You have
thank
great
you.
content. I'm definitely a Nicki fan, but I'm not biased. I like all artists. The thing about this situation is it's personal and no one knows. That's my thing. So for people to get over here and be like, oh, it's a hate train, or oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Like, some of us need to focus on our own business. Because, I mean, he was 15. That's my thing. He was 15, and I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's right if he did assault that woman. But it's like 20-something years ago. And it's like, it was old dirt, brought back up. And that's her relationship. And now she got a baby with him. So regardless of what, she's married to him and she got a relationship with him. So, you know what I mean? That's not her. To me, that's not her legacy. She just married to him. She's just somebody she known, met, ended up dealing with, and that's that. Honestly, I don't base her off of the shit that he does. I don't understand what he has to do with her besides the fact they're married. When there's other celebrities and their men doing all type of reckless shit, they don't go tearing them down. So that's just how I feel about the situation. His situation when he was 15 was his situation, period. She's married. She's going to hold her man down. She's going to say whatever to protect him because now that's her husband, just like all the other celebrities that got jacked up relationships and do the same. So that's my
All right.
opinion on the whole situation.
Well, thank you so very much.
Honestly.
Thank you so very much for that. Also, we have a super chat here. I want to read this super chat. This is from Lovely Scorpio. Said this: "Good show, Wiley, and this is my first super chat ever. Kenneth is a bum bum. Period." All right, thank you, sis. Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller here. 3274. Caller, you on the air.
Hello?
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, this is me. I'm back. This is Terrence again, man.
Okay.
Terrence again. Let me address a couple of things, okay? I stated an opinion. I was very respectful. I gave a contrarian perspective to the backlash and the ignorance that I heard spewed. I heard a bunch of people making strong accusations that didn't have any facts. That's all I did. I didn't personally attack anyone. I just gave my own humble opinion. Now, what did I get in return? Some of these land-basting, bastardizing comments, sisters wishing me all type of ill. I don't have a father in my life. A sister said I come from a family of criminals. Wow. Do you see how horrible that is? Didn't know me on the street, didn't say cat, hot, dog, or nothing. Talked about my dad and my mom. I didn't have any home training. Then she attacked my intellect. I probably don't have a GED. Wow. So let me just address that respectfully.
Go ahead.
And then one sister started cursing, using aggressive language. Told me to get the F off the phone. On YouTube, you trying to get monetized. She cursing. She gonna ruin your business. Let me say this. One, to the sisters who made those horrific accusations with literally no proof, I want to say this to you, my black sisters. You need healing. That is a manifestation of your own hurt. You are projecting. I'm having a conversation about Nicki Minaj. She don't know y'all. And the sister got on the phone and said she was shaking, cursing, yelling at her phone. Sister, you need counsel. What was happening to both of those sisters is that They were triggered. Pain that they felt wasn't the pain that I caused. It was pain that was unresolved from their own personal life. So to both of the sisters, I would say this: get counsel. There's no reason somebody you don't know you should be cursing and feeling all types of hurt and pain. Get counsel. Okay, now let's address those disclaims. One, my mom and my divorce, but I was my mom and my dad. That first myth or attack, personal attack, my dad, is debunked. It's not true. Two, I'm actually a mentor, and so I mentor that are in the prison system. I'm
Oh,
actually mentor a young man.
Oh,
Is in a
you.
entrance.
Hold on one second. You were breaking up, so I'm trying to make sure I can hear you
Okay.
good. Go ahead with your other point.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you now.
So to the sister that said I come from a family of criminals, that's also not true. I'm a mentor, so I'm actually mentoring young men, black and brown, that are on their way to prison to keep them out of prison. I've been a mentor for many years, and to the young man that's currently ill, I provide that young man hope, buy him books. So I don't have a family of jailbirds. I'm not, I'm not some connections to Medellin or Pablo Escobar. That also wasn't true. So let me just get that out of the way. And then to the other sister that said I'm a supporter of rapists. Wow. Let me say this. I went to the sex offender for the Division of Criminal Justice Services in New York. That young man, Nicki Minaj husband, was born in 1978. That case took place in 1994. That was a teenager. That doesn't justify anything, but that was a teenager. We don't know the actions of that case. So to say that something someone has done in their teenage years, 15, 16, we don't know what happened in that particular case, to follow him around for the rest of his life, to then come to the conclusion that, no, he is this person. That's ridiculous. I'm willing to bet 9 out of 10 women in this chat right now had thought tendencies back when they were 15 and 16. I'm willing to bet most of the women in this chat were maybe not thoughts, but thought-like, thought-ish, an inclination to the thought-ish lifestyle. And now, 20 years later, they are exactly different. So let's just clear that up. Let's not judge a book by its cover. Now, my point that I made was not a misogynistic one. It was simply that the reason people were calling that man a bum was simply because of his bread. If he was $50 million in the green and Nicki Minaj was $0 in the green, you wouldn't be calling that man no bum bum.
Okay.
He could have had 6 kids, had a criminal record. You would have said, oh, he changed his life around. Case in point, Jay-Z. He has a criminal record. He sold crack. I think he shot one of his family members. But you ain't looking at Jay like no bum bum. There's a bunch of people that women look up to that got money. Dwight Howard. He's an NBA player. What do you got? 3, 4, 5 kids by 3 different women? Any of these women in that chat calling that man a bum bum? No.
All right.
He got bread.
All right.
So my point that I made was that the women in the chat, many of them are highly superficial, hurt, in pain, needing counsel, and need to stop jumping without having substantial evidence and get their lives together. Because calling a man a bum bum, writing a human life off because of a rocky past is horrible.
All right.
That's all I said.
Well, thank
and
you
I
so
came
much.
back with facts.
Thank you
I
so much.
addressed every single comment.
Thank you so very
That's
much.
all I need to say.
Thank you so very much
You
for
know?
calling in. Okay.
Get counsel, sister.
All right now.
Wiley.
All right. Thank you.
It's just me out here. It's me versus everybody else. I need you to have my back. Okay?
All right, Terrence. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. I just put him straight.
Okay. All right. Wow. We got a lot of callers here. We're gonna get to everybody. 0898, call you on air.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Hi. Well, first off, I just want to say I am extremely shocked at how people don't even realize what is the bigger picture here. I'm sorry, I was just chilling in a very comfortable life. I've called before. I love your show. Much
Thank you.
respect to you. I love how much you've grown. I've watched you since for a long time, since Tasha K introduced you to me.
Thank you.
And I just think you're awesome. I don't care what you're going through your personal life. I never care about people's personal life. And it's sad that people haven't realized this in the bigger picture. The reason why Fox is giving this lady, Jennifer Hughes, clout is because of what Nikki said about the vaccine. But here is what we do know. I'm not saying that Nikki's right, and I'm not saying that Jessica Hughes is wrong. Jennifer, I'm so sorry. Jennifer Hughes is wrong. I'm not saying anyone's in the right or wrong, but this is what we do know, that he is convicted. He was supposed to register. This is all facts that we can't talk about, that we are allowed to talk about because it's on record. Okay? So they are using this woman as clout to punish this other Black woman for misspeaking to try to stand for her man, even though her information was wrong, and even though either she knew or didn't know whether or not Jennifer was white or Black, she failed to identify it. She messed up on that, and we have to see the bigger picture here, people. I'm sorry, I have to get high because I get I get anxiety when I'm talking to someone, yes, even on the phone. I'm weird like that.
Okay.
I am an introvert, so I don't really like to. I don't have social media and stuff, so I'm very different like that.
Okay.
So it's like people fail to realize the bigger picture, and I'm so sorry for society because they don't understand that we're living in the world of a spiritual war. And this is a bigger picture that we have to take a look at. And people are not really familiarized with the Bible. And I'm not trying to be all preachy and stuff, but this is something that our ancestors were supposed to teach us and lead us to these times because we're living in Revelation times.
Okay.
It's everywhere. We can see it. But, I'm not trying to, like I said, no preaching and shit, but it's like, excuse me, in shots. But it's like, it's a bigger picture to this. They're using this woman just to make Nikki look bad and not really pinpointing exactly what needs to be done. But anyway, bye, Wiley. You have
Thank
a good
you.
night.
All right, because she's about to go all deep. Okay, we down to 4 callers. 2427, you live on the air. You got 1 minute.
Okay. Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay. So my thing is, everybody wants to keep saying this man made a mistake when he was a child. Yes, he's been registering since he got released from prison. He stopped registering. He took it upon himself to be irresponsible for whatever reason, whether he chose to do it or not, and stop registering as a sex offender. So therefore, he's saying, I don't care about that stuff no more. I'm with this rich B, and I'm going to just live my life with her. I ain't got to worry about that no more. And that form of disrespect is disrespect to the justice system. It's disrespect to the victim. And nobody is pointing that out. It's not about, he was young when I'm sorry. A thug is different from a sex offender. A bum is different. We might date a bum. I'm not dating no sex offender. That's curtains. That's not going to happen on my watch. I don't want no sex offender around nobody that I love. That's why they on the list. I don't want to live by one. I don't want my kids to be friends with their kids. We have the right. So it's public knowledge. That's what the registry is for. So everybody's saying, it's not our business. It is our business. That's what the registry is for. And he said, bump that. He's going to do what he want to do. He was registering up until he got with Nicki. So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in. Man.
All right. Have a good night.
No, you too. Okay. Okay. Thank you. 1815.
Yes,
Hey.
Wiley, it's me. I just want to, follow up with what Terrence said. He basically vindicated me. When I said as I was shaking as a Black woman, and for him to say that the women in the chat are thoughts, and we probably had, thoughts, and we need to get, counseling, he vindicated everything that I just said. He came from a single parent household. He's a mentor. That's a voluntary job. Secondly, you never got into your education level, and that speaks volumes. I never used cuss words. And then for him to say that this person was shaking and this person, I'm the same person that said all of that. So you're speaking in third person. Secondly. Thirdly, you did admit you have a cousin that has been convicted as well of crime. So you do come from a family that has crime in it. I was basically acknowledging the example of her people. So it sounds like because he's mentoring down at the prison, which I have an actual background education, and I've actually worked in the system, in law enforcement, that because somebody, if they commit a crime under the age of 18, it's okay. Whether it's 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later, it's okay because they were what you call a child. And that's how I'm going to give him that he's thinking, well, this was a child. So there are many criminals that have committed crimes under the age of 18. Doesn't mean that they justifies what they did to the victims. We're missing the whole point that there's a victim involved. And if this is what is mentoring our Black kings, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And I looked him up, and I'm not going to dox him, but we're in trouble. He just vindicated everything that I just said. And obviously, Nicki is her person. Her people hurt people. Okay? She is not just married to a convicted R-word or convicted murder, but her brother was also convicted as well. Okay? And then her father, if you go back and remember, if you're a real Barb and you remember her documentary, she talked about how abusive her father was to her mother. And it also makes me think of the young lady that came on the phone that said her sister gets beat up and she lives in Florida and she's like, oh, she's going to go back to them. That's a conditioning. It sounds like both of those callers, they're ignoring all the facts because they're conditioned to think hurt people should hurt people. Victims are victims. They're placing blame on victims. And I would hate to have this type of person mentoring my kid, okay? Mentoring other Black men. But, of course, the education level only goes so far, okay? And then you could already tell based on what I've seen online, he's not married to a Black queen. So, of course, he would come under attack and attack Black women on a YouTube live about a Nicki Minaj, about a female rapper. Okay, not judging him that, whether his sexuality or anything like that. He said that we all judged him. All I did was repeated what he said. He had a family member that was a criminal. He mentored criminals. Okay, and based on what I heard on this live, he doesn't mind people committing crime at the age of 18 and mentoring them. Oh, it's gonna be okay. You could be a murderer. You could kill everybody. There was a young boy that was 15 years old that I worked on a unit. He killed everybody in his household. There was literally a case last year where a boy killed everybody in his household. Okay, so 10 years from now, 15 years from now, are we supposed to say that's okay? And we're also forgetting the fact that his ex-girlfriend was viciously attacked after she went also after Nicki Minaj. And then, okay, pay her for her pay. There is within law, civil law, that this woman can sue for civil damages. Defamation is a civil damage.
All right.
she was a minor as well. So with my background, Nicki Minaj could, if she didn't turn this into a civil case, and because of the case of her being a minor, she could not only sue, Nicki Minaj could face criminal charges. And it looks like everything is coming out in the wash. It's not about her saying anything about the vaccine. This stuff with her and this girl, Jennifer, this started a couple years ago. And obviously he doesn't know the definition of a bum. He brought up Jay-Z. He brought up Dwight Howard. Okay, when you fill out an application and they ask you for your job history, they're not asking you for oh, I was locked up for 10 years when I was a minor. I was this. They're asking for your work history. A bum is a bum. A bum is a person that does not have a job. And Jay-Z and Dwight Howard have jobs.
All right. Thank you so very much.
They can support the children they have.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So you call in. Okay. And we're going to get to all of these callers. Okay. 0635, you're live on the air.
Hello?
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I'm back. That last caller, she deserves a round of applause. But I'm going to go right here. The Oxford Dictionary defines mentor as an experienced and trusted advisor. Experience. So that says to me that, possibly, allegedly, our mentor could have had experience in the prison system. So that's why he can mentor other people. You know what I'm saying? So let's start off with that. Another thing is with the previous callers, like what the other caller said was everything exactly, but I just wanted to say that again, the Oxford Dictionary, an experienced and trusted advisor. So previous experience, understands the system, and just helping people walk through it. So that's all I have to say, and have a good night. Bye.
All right, good night. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go. 5379, call you on air.
Wiley?
Yes, welcome.
Hola, it's from Florida. The caller before you, let me address something to you, baby girl, okay? First of all, how dare you? You don't know me, first of all. Second of all, you came on the line saying me and Terrence, those two callers, because you addressed me, and I'm addressing you now, honey child, okay? Don't think not one time I did not want it to take my you-know-what and you-know-what, okay? I'm not going to say it on your air because I'm going to be respectful, okay? At times, my sister does not want to leave that dude. I had many calls with my sister, even flying out to her, okay? Because I don't want to even see him because he's upstairs playing the computer, playing with the kids, act like everything's all right. What can I do? Kill him and go to jail? And I lose my kids and lose everything I have? Hell no. I got too much to lose. There's people out here that do things and you cannot do nothing about it except be there for them. And I'm with my sister every day on a phone call to make sure she's okay.
90
Don't
seconds.
say that I'm not okay. Because I've been raped when I was 14 years old by two guys. That's how I lost my virginity, okay? And I lived and learned by getting raped by those two guys in the alleyway, busting me up, tying me up, putting my mouth closed so nobody could hear me. And God's my strength. I came out of that alleyway and crawled, and a neighbor found me. When it lit up, the sun came out, and I was messed up.
60 seconds.
Okay, and I became a police officer. I became a prison officer first. I did task force. I did undercover. I helped many, many people, and I even did. I ride motorcycle for 20 years, like I said, and I rode my life to criminal people, so I understand about criminal people and the criminal minds of people's heads. I dealt with Tracy Shaw with PCP. If people out here don't understand what that means, is Tracy Shaw burned 6 kids in her house and said, oh, I didn't do it. She had her day in trial. Yes, she got caught because she did it. But the bottom line is I had to watch her and take her back and forth. And me and her had many personal conversations that she admitted to me that she did it and she feels sorry for what she did. All I
10
did is
seconds.
did my job, okay? and I did my job with my sister. All I can do is, and she's older than me, okay, mind you. She has 5 kids, and all these little kids are by him. Just imagine that.
Okay.
She's having kids
Okay.
after kids after kids with the same guy.
Okay.
Don't go there and say,
Okay.
oh, I got
Hold on
mentally
1 second. 1
something
second.
and something like
All
that
right.
because
Thank
don't
you.
go there with me.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
I
you.
tried my
Thank
best
you.
to save my sister's life.
Okay.
And I can't
Okay.
do it.
1 second. 1
All I
second.
can
1
do
second.
is be there for her
We're trying to go
mentally.
to the Nicki topic. We don't want to get off far left of the topic, but thank
I'm
you so
sorry,
much.
but
No,
about
but thank you.
Nicki, it's the same
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Nicki's not going to leave this guy.
Okay.
She don't care what anybody
I know you
says.
saw that. I'm gonna get to the other callers, but thank you, sis, for calling in.
All right, baby. Take care. All right.
All right now.
All right, baby. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. 1-815, call you on air.
Yes, she just basically vindicated me again. That both of her and Terrence are vindicating me. Lord Jesus, at one time, she doing all this calling in, but at not one time did she say, you know, I have 4 sisters. I have 8 brothers. And at not one time, in the last drop of blood in my body, at not one time did she call and say that she called the police.
Okay, we
At
don't
not
know
one
about that,
time.
but we just want to stick on the
But
Nicki Minaj topic
yeah,
because I don't know
well,
anything about that.
let's go say, like I said,
Okay.
these 2 callers are acknowledging Nicki's going against the victim.
Okay.
Is because, like she said, they've been victims.
Okay.
They've been through a past.
Okay.
They have family.
Okay.
So that's why they don't understand Jennifer.
Okay. Well, thank you so very
Okay.
much for calling in. Thank you. Okay. All right.
You're welcome.
Y'all trying to change the subject. We sticking on Nicki. All right. 3286, call you on air.
Ooh, Wiley, what is going on? I'm so glad that you're feeling better. But what in the fupa more is going on tonight? This is like 3-4 calls ago, and I'm listening to the woman, and she's saying all this stuff that the man said, and I heard the man's call, and the man didn't say none of that stuff. He believed it, and he made that up.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna figure out who that is, and if 2 years later they still talking about that, I'm gonna start calling her Miss Fupa Moore. That's all I got to say. I just don't understand.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so very much. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. 3274.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring the
Let's
voice of New York. I think she's on with you as well because she the one that
She don't have to
said
wait.
she
She
said
don't have
something
to wait.
about the bum. Okay, but go ahead,
Okay,
Terrence.
let me get this off first because we're gonna stay on topic.
Okay.
My whole point with the Nicki Minaj situation, because I'm staying on topic, is that hey, we don't have all the facts. That was it. So we shouldn't jump to conclusions. At the end of the day, all this stuff is alleged. And what I said was case occurred, if I'm looking at it right now from the New York website, September 16, 1994. That was a teenager. I'm not saying it was a mistake, but I'm saying he was a young person. You're not even fully developed until you hit age 30. So I'm saying refrain from judgment and stop acting like you know what the hell you talk about when you don't. Period. I'm not defending anybody. I'm talking about an event that took place between a 15, 16, 17-year-old. That was my point. Now, the other point that I made was that many of the people that are calling this guy a bum are doing that simply because of his ends. If the roles were reversed monetarily, none of those women will be calling that man a bum. Period. With the same situation he's in. If he hit the lottery tomorrow, none of them will be calling him a bum. So my point was that they were very materialistic.
Okay, but I think
that.
the voice of New York. Are you on voice of New York?
That was my point.
Okay.
I'm on.
Okay, so
are you gonna is she gonna directly respond to those points I just made? I stuck to the topic.
Yeah. So the points you were making, I think, doesn't justify him using a weapon in order for him to do the crime. Can you justify him using a weapon and then forcibly himself on it? And then also, you did not answer the question.
I didn't justify anything.
But you
jump
just said
into
he was 15,
conclusions. I never
16.
justified it.
You just said he was 15, 16. He was young, but he used a weapon in order to do the act. So should that be excusable?
No one's trying to excuse any argument. No one's looking to justify my point. And I said that you didn't, like the umpteenth time, was that we don't know what happened, and
Neither do you, but
exactly. That's why I'm refraining from judgment.
No, but
You're judging something. You weren't there. You don't know what happened. That's my point. Can you directly respond to that point? Yes or no?
But Terrence, if he was convicted, there's nothing to prove. He's convicted.
Oh
he
my
went to
God!
jail.
Come on.
He went to jail, and
Come on.
he had a weapon. He had a weapon. And then you didn't answer my question. You did not answer my question. Would you let
You didn't answer mine.
Yes, I did. I said. Go ahead, Terrence. Go ahead.
The points that I made, and I'm making my points without calling any names, without making all these stupid accusations. Wait, hold on. So let me just address two of those before you continue. One, I am a mentor. I'm in an organization called Re-Entry. And you don't go into prison. You stop people that are on their route to prison, typically 14, 13, 12, 19-year-olds that come from at-risk environments with mothers and fathers that are on drugs in and out of jail. So the person that said I had to go to prison to be a mentor is obviously someone very stupid that doesn't know anything about mentoring, more than likely doesn't give back to their community.
You don't have to call that person stupid because you were making claims that did not make any sense. Because you just said you're trying to prevent people from going to jail. We're talking about those who were convicted. You know what convicted means, right?
So I said mentor.
And then I'm asking you, Karen.
Hold on. Real quick.
All right, go ahead. Let me get my point across. And not only that, you keep saying, okay, he was young. He changed, but he had a weapon, and then he went back to jail for murder. And then I asked you, would you let your daughter marry someone like him? You never responded. Would you let your granddaughter be around a guy like this? You never respond. Please respond to those questions as a black man. As a black man, would you do that? That's the question I need you to answer. The people in the chat want to know. Go ahead. I'll let you talk, Karen.
I think it would depend on the situation. I mean, you're not letting me.
Go ahead.
How am I tapping?
Go ahead, Terrence. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Here's the reality. Here's the reality. The reality is people go through things early on, they make decisions, but also people change. People go through things. People turn their lives around. I'm refraining from judgment. I'm not drawing a conclusion. You all don't know that man from Tom, Dick, and Harry, and you're making these bold accusations about someone you never met before. You say, he's this, he's that. You don't know what type of change that man made. Hold on. Man, can I talk? Because I'll let you talk.
I'll let you talk. Go
ahead. So the core of my argument was that these type of very bold accusations about a person that you didn't know came across to me as being very superficial, because despite all of his fails, my question to you, and I need you to answer this: if he was worth $250 million, would you call him a bum? Yes or no?
Yes, I would still call him a bum.
Oh my damn God!
Can I explain why I would call him a bum? Not because of the monetary thing. The reason why I call him a bum because the act that he made is vile. I will not excuse anyone who do any criminal activities that will jeopardize women's safety, such as SO, molestation, or anything of that nature. That to me is an unforgiven act. And then the thing what you're doing is that you're trying to justify, say we don't know him.
How am I justifying?
Okay, hold on. We said we don't know him. You don't know him either. But what I do
exactly.
know, wait, hold on. And what we do know is what he was convicted for. That's the evidence we were just
20 years ago.
Wait, hold on, sorry, because I didn't interrupt you. Not only
yes,
that,
you did.
then he armed the person with a weapon, went to jail. They went back to jail for murder, and then you are on this app, or you're on Wiley, Wiley Show, to say, I think if my daughter was with someone, it would depend. Stop doing that. So you will willingly let your daughter go with someone? You wouldn't. Would you feel comfortable for your granddaughter to be with someone who was convicted for SO? You wouldn't. You know why you wouldn't? Because deep down, people who are SOs have done it before and will do it again. Most of them will do it again. Most of them will do it again. For you to do that,
statistically, how much is most?
So you
How
wait,
many?
hold on, Terrence. Wait, hold on. Another question. When Nicki Minaj's brother get out of jail, do you think he could be reformed? Do you think what he did?
Yeah, I
look,
think
it sounds-
anybody can change.
So you feel comfortable? So you think someone like R. Kelly, who have multiple of these allegations, can be reformed? You think
You're
like,
can I respond? Because you asking a bunch of conflicting questions.
No, because I want to understand why you as a black
You gotta let me
man-
talk to understand.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk after I make this point. I want to
Okay,
know why
so one,
you
to
as a
answer
black
to
man-
answer your question,
Wait, let me just make this point, and then you can go
Okay.
right. I promise I'll let you go. I just
Go
want to
ahead.
know why you as a black man will willingly want black women to experience pain and trauma with someone
Wow.
that you know has done this.
Wow.
And then you can go. I'll let you talk. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, so first and foremost, you're taking facts and then the facts that are unknown, the unknown parts of the story, you're plugging it up with all your infatuations. One, you're saying, well, do you feel comfortable with this and that? Comfortable with it? It's not about comfort. It's about what is and what isn't. Now, the question about my daughter, would I feel comfortable? Or could she be with somebody? My answer to that, well, it would depend on their growth. And, their reformation. It would depend on the distance between them making the action and then them making that action. People can change. That's what
But how do you? But you can't.
So
But Terrence, you can't.
there you
There's
go.
no scale that can be used
it again.
to know if they change or not. Someone who is an SO.
Yes, it
you don't
can.
know. But-
Yes, it
But
can.
how do you
How
know
do you
they're
say
not
that?
doing
So
it again?
can I?
This
Okay,
is why.
can I
Hold on,
respond?
hold on,
Listening again.
Terrence. But this is why, Terrence, they have an SO registry so that people around the community know who's there. Because most of the time they may do it
Plating
again. You
multiple
have to be on
points.
guard.
You're relating multiple points and not allowing me to address each one, and you going on, and it's making like a point. Actually, not. No one's justifying anything. To justify something, you make something right. Not once did I say that rape is right. Never did that. So the term justification is not eligible in this conversation. Not once. So please stop saying that. I never justified that. My point that I addressed, you're interrupting again. You're interrupting again.
Go ahead.
When it comes to this guy, my whole point, which I still stand on, which I stay consistent, which might I add, yours hasn't, is that we don't know all the facts. We don't know what happened, so we have to withhold judgment. We don't know what happened. That's one. Two, we also have to consider that they were both 15, 16, 17 years old. So we weren't there. We don't. Oh, you do. Come on.
There are kids in Brooklyn who are murdering people. There are people in Southside Chicago that are murdering people. What do you mean?
Gosh.
You act like
What
people can't be killed when they're younger.
You still all right. So look. Are we having a conversation or are we having a yellow match?
No.
You telling me you're gonna let me talk? You interrupt.
Okay. I want Terrence to finish his last point, then you can finish yours because we're gonna wrap it up. Go ahead, Terrence.
The point that I'm making is this: it's a bunch of emotions involved. I, in my personal opinion, listening to the perspectives of people in the chat, mainly black women, come to the conclusion that it seems like your perceptions are exaggerations based on your own personal hurt. Period. Everything that has been said has been a deflection away from logic and truth. Fact. This happened close to 20 years ago. Fact, we don't know what happened. Based upon those things, we should at least withhold judgment as far as a conclusion being made. That was it. Secondly, my point, and then thirdly, my point was the bum perspective. I highly doubt that people listening to this conversation would call that man a bum and see if it's worth $250 million. I think the bum perspective isn't based on him having a job. It's based on people being very materialistic and superficial. Period. And last point, I'm not done. The last point that I stated was that it's very hypocritical because, like I said before, when the guy from London or whatever married that girl who was a commoner, people love that story. It was a Cinderella story. When the reverse happens of the genders, now he's a bum. So from everybody's perspectives, I guess the story of Cinderella is she was really a bum, but she leveled up and secured it back. Now, if it had been the other way around, you would have called him a bum. It's just hypocritical. You relax the standards when it doesn't fit your narrative. That's my point. None of that of what I said has been addressed directly.
All right. Go ahead, voice. I know
So
she's gonna
can I
respond,
go
and then
now?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
voice.
Karen, for the Meghan Markle and Prince Henry, Meghan Markle was a self-made millionaire before she met Prince Harry. So
Oh,
you
my
saying that
Lord.
she's a bum is right. Hold on. You saying that she's a bum is very disrespectful to her work and what she accomplished on her own. So, secondly, when it comes to you, and I still believe that you're just. First of all, you said that no one was there. Neither were you. But what we do know is the court convicted documents. We do know that he had to register all these years, and he never tried to defend himself all these years. And that he failed to register before. And what you also not doing is what also you're doing
It's a
is that
different
you're
topic.
negating. Wait, I'm not done talking. You're negating how the victim feels. You're thinking
No,
about,
I'm not.
he's not. Well, hold on. You know why I say you do that? Because you're saying, well, we don't know. We don't know.
All right.
You're basically victim
Hey,
shaming.
that's for it,
You're
'cause I'm gonna do the
basically
closing.
ignoring things and telling her whatever happened to you years ago, girl, forget
Victim
about
shaming
it.
by
That
telling the
is
truth.
trauma that will never
Okay.
get away. Okay.
And that's it.
And also you assume that all black women went to trauma. Now let me tell you, baby boy, I've never been traumatized in my life. I have never been raped in my
that?
life.
Who made
I
that
have never
assumption?
struggled in my life. I have multiple
Oh.
in my life, and I'm very well
Okay.
educated.
Oh.
But don't
That has
say
nothing to
for
do with
black
anything.
women.
Okay, we're gonna
Don't say
definitely
that. We're not
definitely
agreeing.
gonna
Never
finish
said
it
that.
up. Thank you.
Never said that.
All right, thank you both. Thank
Let
you.
the record show. Let the record show. I stuck to the facts.
Okay, thank
My
you.
points are very precise.
Okay,
I didn't
thank you. I gotta
exaggerate.
fit.
That's all I
All right, thank you. All right. Cause child. All right. Wow. Oh my gosh. I want to say thank you everybody that super chatted. Did anybody cash up today? I don't think nobody cashed. I think everybody super chatted today. Thank you all so very much. Okay, we're gonna end the show because we have been on here for almost 3 hours. Make sure you leave us a comment, like this video. Make sure you are subscribed. Like the video. Like the video. Okay, and subscribe to the show. Tomorrow we will be back on the show covering this interview with none other. Jennifer is going to be on The Real tomorrow. So we're going to come back tomorrow. We're going to cover this story, and that's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to cover this story. If you're not following me on Clubhouse, make sure you're following me on Clubhouse. Okay, I'm going to drop that link up in there. Follow me over there. We have not done a room yet over there yet, but we will where we have a conversation over there of the Wiley Show, and we're looking for moderators to join us over there on Clubhouse. So give me a second. I want to share us. So we got 339 followers over there. So let's try to get to 400 followers tonight. Clubhouse is free. Celebrities on there, 21 Savage, Whack 100. I think who else is on there? Is Amari on there? It's a lot of celebrities on there. I think Marie Girl is on there. What was her name? Tiffany Haddish on there, Amber Rose, McMill. So make sure y'all follow us over there and definitely know. Okay, gotta go. Like that pain is still right there. They keep saying it's gas. Like that's what Tasha said. But anyhow, we're gonna go and we will see you on the next time. Follow me on Twitter at Wiley Show, Instagram Wiley Show. Also follow us on Twitch, the Wiley Show TV. Members, we're gonna get a members only live. I want to heal up first because I'm still in pain, but I definitely had to come out and do a live today because everybody was covering this subject and everything like that. But leave us a comment. Let us know how y'all feel in the comments. Leave us a comments on there. So leave us a comment. Definitely. Okay. Definitely leave us a comment on there. And everything like that. Thank you. And we will see y'all later. Good night, y'all. Peace.